Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Game Station podcast. See no Jesse, hear no Jesse, speak no Jesse will be the name of the show today. Also 100% extra Machiavellian, always the way we want to be.
Hi.
Also featuring special guest, Distant Husky, which is my favorite kind of husky.
Literally, like, when you
I was
said,
waiting for it. Yeah.
10 seconds, he started casting, and I was like, it's like he knows.
Hello, it's me, Husky. H to
He
the Husky.
knows. That
Hello, everyone,
butthole.
this is Husky here. I want to cast the one versus one between... That's... I don't know. I mean, this is a
Welcome
man
to my
that...
life, right?
This is a man that has boundless enthusiam. Boundless enthusiasm.
Boundless
Yes.
enthusiasm. Unless you show up at his house when he wakes up at 1 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
In which
No,
case, then he's like, what?
He just kind of shuffles out. He's like, hey.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what it's like.
I have to wonder what he requires in order to gain that enthusiasm.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Drugs. Yeah, you know.
Part of my mic is crackly, which is indicative, of course, of how shit XSplit is. I just replaced my interface with a $750 device, and yet it's still crackling. Welcome to XSplit. This is the only program that does this.
Aw.
Fuck XSplit and everything it stands for. As soon as I have the ability to play music and play videos in OBS, I'm switching to Open Broadcaster and never looking back.
Open broadcast open. I don't know what that is.
It's the free one that's still in development.
Yes, it is. It's not bad, actually. It's not bad. I think I fixed it now, so it seems like I just have to turn the mic off and on again until it actually works.
Oh, of course.
Also known as Windows troubleshooting, but yeah.
Yeah.
Dodger, welcome to the show.
Did you reset the system?
Oh.
Is it something?
Have you tried turning it off and on again? Hello, Internet. I'm excited to be here. I would like to take my introduction time to say the flu is going around and everybody needs to stay in, take all their vitamins, drink all the water, and just sit in your caves and play video games until it's gone.
God damn it, I'm heading to the West Coast in like a week and a half. I
No,
can't have
come
it.
here. It's
Should I bring a
deadly.
face mask? Would that help?
Everyone's sick. Everybody is sick. It's crazy.
No one is. You know who's sick? People who interact with others.
That's
which
what I'm saying. Stay in your caves. Your man caves, your lady caves, just stay there.
Well,
I
you
like
blow
to
my
think I'm-
mind. You blow my mind with that interact with other thing. I don't even know what you're talking about.
I like to think I'm above everyday interactions with human beings.
Do it from a distance on the keyboard.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Right? Skype.
Is that your intro? Is that your
That's
intro?
my intro.
Today you're like, hey, watch out for the flu. Thanks.
Watch out for flu. For real,
dodgy.
The
because
more you know.
like, everybody is sick. So there it is.
Jesse, welcome to the show.
Wow. Hi, everybody. Tea. I got myself tea and my awesome Ornsby Cinema Insane. Look him up on YouTube. You will not be disappointed in how bad it is. That's
He
it.
should-
That's my
he should-
introduction.
Thank you. Really.
He should be paying me. Really. I love that guy. I love him. He's right up my alley. Also, if you like bad, you should go to my Twitter and look up the 2 music videos I posted last night. One is a song about boots, in which case, well, Tuesday night for those watching this on the VOD. But it's a song about boots. And then there's another song about pants. And the lyrics are, and I quote,
Pants song is way better.
Pants swag.
Girl, you goddamn pants. They're floating pants. Oh, it's
There's cartoon
beautiful.
girls in pants. It's wonderful.
Are they
It's
apple bottom jeans?
They are not jeans. They're black pants. They're work pants.
They're
It's
like
a song
stretchy
about
pants.
there's a song about black stretchy pants. That's what it's about. He's like, I like your curves in them pants.
I for one like the black stretchy pants. You look that up.
It's amazing.
It's
So yeah,
fantastic.
that's what I've been. That's my introduction. Tea and pants. Hashtag
Together at last.
Hashtag tea and pants.
tea and pants.
Our special guest, who has no idea what's going on here, and rightfully so, CinnamonToastKen, possessor of a beard larger than ours, welcome.
Wow,
Hello.
he does win.
I got a beard. I think I do got a beard. I got the Death Note shirt on. Team L. It's a good
Yes.
show until spoiler.
Oh, spoiler
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Spoiler
whoa.
fingers.
Oh!
I mean, I don't care about terrible anime, but some people might.
Spoiler finger. Spoiler
Uh,
finger.
L dies, and then the show's not worth watching after that because Nier sucks.
Hey,
I agree.
I'm gonna pull down my spoiler finger. This is a spoiler for all anime that doesn't need a spoiler finger. About halfway through, they all end up sucking.
Yeah.
There you go.
They got like the problem with
No,
the characters.
that's not
Counterpoint.
lights when they
No.
kill anybody off.
It's true. It's entirely true. Almost every anime about halfway through whatever the
No,
phase is.
wait a minute.
No.
You are not allowed to say that.
Several
Then the last time that we
counterpoints
talked
are here.
about anime, you were like, I don't really watch anime all that. You can't. You're not even. You don't watch it.
I just did. I don't need to watch it to know what happens in the anime. I keep up to date. I read. I just don't watch it all. If I want to know what happens in a series, I go look it up on the internet. Thank you, Wikipedia. And then halfway through, I'm like, well, they shot their shit on this one.
Well,
And the anime that I have watched that's always happened. About episode, if it's a 26.
Every
if it's a
anime
26
that you have
episode-
explained to me, it sounds crazy balls. I don't know who you're watching anime with.
Girl, like I used to date a girl who was way into anime, and her thing was she'd be like, watch this with me, and I sit down and watch it, and it'd be like, I'm a guy who travels through the power lines and uses a baseball bat to murder people. What? like how is this a thing? I just can't. Every anime that I see, I'm just like, you know what? If it's a 26 episode anime, around episode 14 or 15 is when they just go batshit insane with it. I can, countless animes of my youth were like that. One of the prime examples that I chat is ruthless. I look over and
of
like,
course, they're just
they're like,
shouting at
Jesse's
you.
so dumb, and then they
Shut
go,
up, Jesse.
Jesse. What? It's true. It's true. I can name my own. I can counterpoint your counterpoints.
Oh yeah.
People know what
Did she
I'm
make
talking
you watch
Well,
Bleach?
Oh,
about.
Jesus. Filler.
You know what? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was gonna say
But-
Bleach or Naruto.
So, well, we're gonna wait for the manga to catch up. So we're gonna make some shit up for the next 12 episodes. That'll
Same
be
thing. Same thing with Full Metal Alchemist. The last couple episodes that were like
Wait, which
Did you
one?
watch Brotherhood or did you watch
Brotherhood. No, here's
Amazing
the thing though. Here's the thing though. They had to remake the entire series just to get it right.
They do this all the
Useless.
time. This is really not all that uncommon.
Or she was done with the manga. That is not on the fault
does. Yes,
of the
no, it
original
is.
writer.
It-
No.
it- It's the fault. It's the fault of the crappy anime. What are you guys talking about?
Sorry, Arakawa is amazing, and you all
My
need to be
point was
watching
made.
Brotherhood because
My
it's
point
like
was made.
incredible. It's like the most incredible anime
This,
I've ever seen. in my
I am
life.
so sorry this discussion is happening right now. It's like-
Everybody should watch it.
To the Game Station podcast.
this
we
is
talk
worse
about
than the movie derails. This is like
This
I've
is
watched-
watched
Wait to
so
make all this
little
anime.
anime. Like I've watched maybe 6 or 7 anime series total, and most of them are just 26 episodes. And it's like, oh, this was kind of fun. This was a good way to pass the time. And then suddenly, out of nowhere comes this massive discussion. Like, please no, please. You know, anime for me is like iOS games. Like, I watch it to pass the time, and I don't believe it has any real value.
I don't end up actually caring about any of it.
No, it's like I don't actually care. I just want to see cool stuff and occasionally laugh at sort of Japanese comic timing nonsense, which is sometimes quite funny. And then that's
Candy-
really about it.
You watch a lot of anime, Ken?
I used to watch a lot, but now I read it more than I watch it because of fillers and things like that. And
Okay.
see, for me,
Kinda feel the
anime, the stories, if they start and then they end. High points. The middle is kind of usually garbage unless they have something good in there. But when I don't like anime is when, like, say, Bleach. Bleach started out really good. I really enjoy Bleach when it started out. And then it gets popular, and then the guy doesn't want to kill anybody off. And
Are you an anime hipster?
Yes,
before it's
yes.
popular.
See, outside when
Yes, baby.
Wow, you're
I
talking
just-
about plot armor, yeah.
Yeah,
It's,
like the power of loss is like an extremely powerful tool, but they're too scared to use it because they don't want to.
Berserk
offend
springs to
someone.
mind. It's like, I actually, this is something I did watch, because Berserk is one of the few anime that I watched when I was a lot younger. And as a result, when I heard that they'd remade it, I had an interest in checking it out, because it wasn't exactly a great anime in terms of animation quality, but I quite liked some of the character development. Although, coming back to it, I realized the character development was entirely one-dimensional for the most part. But it still ended up being pretty good. But that's also quite short, and then, of course, there's the bazillion and one manga on the subject of it, and the main character has plot armor, essentially, through the entire frickin' thing. And yet,
Yeah.
even in the anime, there's like, all of this should have really killed you 50 times over. Let's
Oh,
be
yeah,
totally honest here. This is silly.
The whole
Yeah.
demon zone or whatever at the end of the first, I guess. The
Oh
old-
yes,
where they
of
stopped
course.
it.
Yes,
Which
that's
should've been dead.
wonderful. Yeah, that was
That's
quite the
been
thing.
happening since DBZ days, though. Let's be honest. People die and come back so many times.
Screw
it's
Attack
just
did
dumb.
a DBZ versus Superman video, and they broke everything down, and it's pretty informative.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Mhm. Yeah. I won't spoil it. Go watch it. Screw Attack somewhere on there. You'll
Now
find
you
it.
know, internet.
Go and have a look. Go look for it on Screw Attack. Let's talk about video games before this thing gets horribly derailed. And I'll tell you what's coming up in the show. We'll, of course, be covering some news, including TorsoGate, the most important piece of news there is.
Also, okay.
It's not remotely important piece of news, which we will talk about because it's fun. And we will be looking at what's coming out this week, of course, looking at the release of the next couple of weeks, a breakdown of what's on the GameStation channel, as well as some select GameStation partners, telling you a little bit about what's been going on and all that good stuff. So, you know, the usual kind of show. We'll be doing host topics if we can actually fit it in. And I can also tell you, a bit of exciting news, we now have 8 players for the TGS Blood Bowl League. So we are actually ready to go. With the full lineup currently is my... What?
I still haven't played it.
Okay, well, you've got till February to play it and figure out
I know.
what's going on. So, the TGS Blood Bowl League will consist of myself, Dodger, Jesse, Angry Joe, Bebop Fox, Sidestrafe, Krendor, and the other...
Completionist, right?
And sorry?
Completionist?
Yes, completionist. Yes. So, those will be the eight folks who will be doing TGS Blood Bowl League. We're hoping... I don't think there's going to be any mirror teams. I think we'll have to put a rule in that says no mirror teams.
Oh, you know what we should do? We should have a draft, and so people, team draft, not like a player draft. So
Okay.
someone's gonna get screwed with like a really crappy team.
Well, they're not,
Just-
though. Like, there's actually... there's enough good teams for all 8 players to do it. There's 23 teams in Blood Bowl Chaos.
Yeah, but someone needs a crappy team. Someone needs that.
No,
someone
they
needs
really
to be the
don't.
underdog. Someone needs to be. If I have to be the underdog, I will be, and I will win. I will win.
Yeah, Jesse, you play halflings or goblins or ogres and see how that turns out for you.
I'll play.
Can I
goblins.
play halflings?
Can I play
I
goblins? She
wouldn't
can play
suggest
halflings. Together we'd be a full team.
No. No. Okay, this is the thing. Blood Bowl doesn't really care about being balanced. There are teams within Blood Bowl that are considered jokes. The 3 teams that are really considered jokes are, in this order of effectiveness, going down to complete lack of effectiveness. Ogres, goblins, and halflings. Halflings being by far the worst.
At the bottom?
The worst thing. Yeah.
Hobbits, what happened to you?
They only get one advantage. One advantage. And that
Which
advantage is they can hire a halfling master chef to possibly feed them delicious food during the match, which gives them random bonuses. This is how good halflings are.
People are letting me down right now.
No, seriously.
They're just not.
Seriously.
They can hire a
Good
chef.
jobs.
Awesome.
There are plenty of derpy teams that are
awesome.
not halflings, so I would strongly recommend that you do not do that. It sounds hilarious until you play your first match, half your team is permanently killed, and you roll all the bad dice. Then,
That's
only
sad.
then can you understand. Yes, Lizardmen are quite good.
Like go in the background here, like I have no idea what's happening.
God, if it wasn't a
sounds like
turn-based game, I would have
Husky's
Husky commentate the whole freaking thing, but... Yeah.
It'd be amazing.
He'd be excited.
Oh,
when
it's
he
turn-based? Oh, I'm more excited now.
It's turn-based. Yes, it is turn-based.
I do like turn-based things.
It is a good game. It is a very frustrating game at times, especially when you roll all the bad dice, but it is a fun game. So, those of you who wish to know how to play, by the way, I did a big video on my channel a couple of days ago, so check it out on youtube.com/cynicalbrit. The Basics of Blood Bowl is its name. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about what we've been playing this week. Who shall we start with today? Husky! What have you been playing this week?
What would you like to play?
StarCraft.
Yeah. No, he hasn't actually. He's been totally slacking off at StarCraft. Like, he's been playing Warcraft 3 and stuff like
He has been
that.
playing a lot of Warcraft 3.
Yeah. I don't blame
He's
him. Warcraft 3
really
campaign
enjoying
is
it.
so good. It reminded me actually of how good it was and the fact that I would really quite like to play it again. I don't think I actually ever finished Frozen Thrones campaign, so...
Frozen Throne, don't worry, you didn't miss anything. Frozen Throne is
the original was great.
Yeah, the original is good. Frozen Throne's good, but it's basically a preview of World of Warcraft. Like, nothing happens in it, and in the end, it just puts all the places. Like, this is why these guys are here, and this is why the Lich King is here, and this is so nothing really happens.
Okay.
But
So
He's
you
also
catch
been
up on that
playing
game in one cinematic on World of Warcraft.
Scribblenauts is the other one. I'm wondering how the PC version of that is.
Well, you have a keyboard, that helps.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that's why I'm like, oh, it's probably really fun, because you can just be like,
pretty good.
flood.
What version, what were you playing it on?
My phone?
Oh, the phone? Alright, well, okay, the version on the phone isn't unlimited, if I recall correctly. That's
it's
Scribblenauts
just
Remix. That's nowhere near as good. Scribblenauts Unlimited on PC takes the concept of Scribblenauts and actually does it well, in that it realizes the game was designed around you sort of having freedom and the ability to completely break the puzzles, so it makes the puzzles smarter, and it actually encourages you to do dumb crap. I'm pretty sure I solved a lot of the puzzles with dinosaurs, and it allows you to do that. And it's not just a case of get the star. It's like, because there's a lot of puzzles where you get the pieces of the little star, which require you to do certain things. They have objectives rather than just grab the star. So the game is a hell of a lot more interesting as a result.
the problem I have with the game is some of the solutions they work, but they're too effective. Like, I like to use wormhole. That's a very good solution to get rid of anything. The problem is it sucks in everything else around it. It's like, you failed. It's like, what? I did my job.
I fought when I fought zombies in a mech. That
was it. That was amazing.
I managed to strap a minigun to a fire engine. That was surprisingly cool. The Scribblenauts Unlimited is great. And also has Steam Workshop support, so people actually create new objects via Steam Workshop and share them.
Right.
I saw that. Is it automatically downloaded into your game?
I have no idea. I actually haven't.
There are little downloadable us's, right?
Yes.
In Steam, I think.
Yeah, there's TotalBiscuit, Dodger, and Jesse. I'm pretty sure.
Hold on. Finding them.
There might even be a CinnamonToastKen. I'm not sure. They may have done all
there
sorts
might
of
be.
It's just a giant beard with legs.
It's too overpowered. Too overpowered. Can't put it in there.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you can download versions of us. I'm pretty sure we're mostly useless. The thing about the object editor in that game is it's insane. You can put all sorts of attributes. I tried to make a floating burning dress that had and its sole purpose was to defend any foodstuff on the screen violently. It's like
violently.
Yeah, violently. And this thing was constantly on fire, so it was constantly losing health and screaming in pain. I'm like, what hath science wrought? But it's like, wow, this is the only game I can do this without knowing how to code. So this is pretty fun.
Awesome.
Yeah, Scribblenauts Unlimited is highly recommended across the board.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Okay.
And on PC, it's great because you've got keyboard. The Wii U version actually has multiplayer. So that is something to consider as well, which the whole notion of that seems insane. Like, who can do the most ridiculous thing to fight the other guy? And of course, the pad is good for typing on as well. So that's also consider that if you happen to have Wii U. But like, I totally recommend Scribblenauts Unlimited. It's amazing. It's a great game.
Steam isn't loading. Fine, I'll just leave you alone.
Apparently, Steam's broken right now. I know.
You guys broke Steam. They knew you could download you guys, and they just like broke it.
Yeah, if we could do a friendly DDoS on Steam, then that would be amazing. But I don't think that's likely to happen.
They may have found the floating beard and downloaded that. That could also cause Steam to crash.
Yeah.
It was in fact a deadly virus.
The floating cinnamon beard. Oh, it's back up. Okay.
Whee.
Jesse must have black hole.
I was just looking at. There are 3 Dodgers there. One is Press R to continue Dodger. One is Dodger and Sherlock, and one is just Dodger.
Where's me my cat?
It's linked in the thing, you knucklehead.
Where?
In the chat. In the chat.
I don't have the chat open because then what if the ad comes up and it's all loud and butts?
Look, we've had to put up with a bunch of loud shit from your angle this time.
Yeah, you do realize it's entirely possible just to mute that, right?
Don't even worry about it. You do what you got to do to make it happen for you.
So you played Scribblenauts. Anything else?
Me? Oh, I didn't play Scribblenauts. Mike's been
Oh,
playing
it's Mike?
Scribblenauts.
All right,
We
so
were
that
talking
entire
about-
discussion was utterly pointless.
We talked about Warcraft 3, and then I said he's also been playing
God damn it,
Scribblenauts.
he's not
and
even on
then
the
we
show,
started
and he's
talking about
dominating the
This
discussion.
is not my fault. This was not started by me. Thank you very much.
Fuck. Dodger, what have you been playing this week?
What have I been playing?
Oh
God damn it.
God. Oh my
Come
god.
back to me. Let me think on it while I'm looking at the Scribblenauts version of myself.
Seriously? You got distracted by a Scribblenauts version of yourself. You told us about Husky for like 15 minutes, not even knowing it was about Husky.
You didn't know it was about Husky. I was
I
perfectly
didn't. I didn't know it was about. What
I'm
is?
clear. Thank you. Thank you very much. TB started it.
What the hell? Don't look at me.
Oh, I'm cute. Oh, look, he's like a little robot, Sherlock. Oh.
Dodger, what have you been playing this week?
I said to come back. To
Oh,
me.
also, can you turn your mic down? Because apparently you've gone super loud all of a sudden. Lol, Skype.
ADD. It's a thing.
Yep, slice 15% off that.
Oh. Is that better?
Oh my god.
Great question. Get super excited over nothing.
Ah, I'm so excited! You see the cat? It's like a robot cat.
I don't think
my
that's
ears
actually
bleeding.
changed anything.
Yeah, it sounds the same.
Yeah.
Just gonna do this.
Okay.
Is that better?
You are more distant. Then.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I guess
Better.
that'll probably help. Okay.
Okay,
So,
I've been playing Borderlands
yes.
2 again. I've
Okay.
been playing TF2. We did the Dead Space demo, and it was fantastic, and I'm really excited about it. It's interesting, though, because, like, a lot of the comments have been something along the lines of hating that it's not quite as claustrophobic as the other Dead Space games. But I
see
feel
how
like
it could be with two people.
that's what I said. I was like, I'm assuming that the 2-player is going to be more like action-y, and then the 1-player is probably going to still be more like horror-ish, but I haven't done the solo demo. Jesse, did you do the solo demo?
The solo demo is the exact same thing, and it's pretty much the same feeling. I mean, I'm all for. Let's be honest. If you play Dead Space, the scare, and this is most scary games, slowly disappears after the first level.
Yeah.
I
And
totally-
at that point, you're just like, I'm shooting monsters, bringing on monsters, and any fear you have is not the fear of, oh my god, this is scary. It's the fear of like, don't kill me, please. I just want to live. Like that's what it is. So, people are like, oh, it's a scary game. It was never really a scary series.
I
Having
agree
played
with
all
that.
of Dead Space 1, it's more monsters are trying to eat you. There are maybe 1 or 2 jump scares. When the scariest
Most
thing
jump
is the
scares, right?
monitor popping on, like that's the scariest thing.
Yeah.
That's the kind of game you have. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not an amnesia situation where you have no.
No.
The fact that you can fight back makes it less scary.
It feels about the same as like BioShock was never an actually scary game to
No,
me.
like the first
It was-
25 minutes were intimidating, I suppose, but that was about it.
Yeah, or you're just not sure what to expect, but then once you have established expectations of the game, like it winds up being a lot easier. It's the same.
And
Yeah.
can also shoot lightning from your hands. That helps.
Yeah, you're badass. I'm really excited for BioShock Infinite.
I played the demo, and the thing like in the second game, you had your own personal horror, like your guy's kind of crazy, and they can do inventive things with that. And then now in the third one, since you got the second player, they're like, well, they can't really both be crazy seeing the same thing, or it's just
Yeah, so one's
Pretty
crazy.
shoot
Or
'em.
is he? You know.
oh,
Who is-
maybe
who
he's
is
an
the crazy
imaginary
one?
friend.
Yeah.
Oh, what it? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
what
think,
if?
I think that's the key of the entire second game. If they can pull it off really well, where one person sees things and the other person doesn't, and that's how they play off of the whole. Like we said before, the problem I had with Fear 3 is that you'd miss half the scares because another person would walk ahead of you and be like, "Oh my god!" and freak out, and you'd be like, "What? What happened?" It's like, "Didn't you see that?" Like, no, I didn't see shit. And I think that's.
Hopefully it won't be like this, but the demo was good. I didn't like it as much as I did the second demo, but I'm hoping that it doesn't go the path of Resident Evil 6, which it shouldn't, since there's a bunch of campaigns all stacked on, but you had a person with you in 6, and now you have a person with you in Dead Space 3, and I'm hoping it doesn't take away from the field.
You had a person with you
Right.
in 5 as well, which, you know, is for the most part also
That's true,
considered
yeah.
very much an action game. And it's funny because Resident Evil 4 started going in that direction, but Resident Evil 4 is still considered one of the best of the series. But then with 5, they used this, it was the same kind of action, but they threw a co-op partner in, and I guess any possibility of there being scarce kind of just fell out of the window at that stage. And then 6, well, we won't even talk about that game because it's dreadful.
I didn't like 5, but it was like one of the best selling of the series, wasn't it?
I think so. But I'm pretty sure
believe it
4 outsold it, but then again, because 4
think
was
so,
on every
yeah.
platform.
I think it
ever.
was on release date with the 5 was like, woo! And then they were like, ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, I mean, it was it was a good-looking game. It was kind of more of the same in terms of the way that it controlled compared to Resident Evil 4, and then it took people a while to realize that things didn't quite work. I mean, it's not an awful game by any stretch. It's just Resident Evil has been moving away from horror and the way that you really awkwardly move, which scares the crap out of you, and the limited camera perspectives and things like that. They've been moving away from that for a long time, so it's pretty hard to really make the comparison, because Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6 are just, they're not even the same kind, they're not even the same genre as the rest of the Resident Evil games.
No. Not at all.
Oh yeah,
And
Dead
Silent
Space
Hill
3
may be going
is
that way too.
yeah.
Go
yeah,
ahead,
no,
sorry.
Dead Space 3 is on Origin only. So if you guys were like, I want to get on Steam, tough,
No
tough,
big surprise.
You
Yeah, no
Yeah.
big surprise
So-
there. Pretty much all major EA
That is
releases
sad.
will happen. Well, I mean, it's not really that sad, because, I mean, if you look at it from EA's perspective, wow, for some reason, oh, Dodger had frozen there for a second, but no, you're back now.
Oh.
Only on XSplit, but not on Skype. So I'm actually seeing something different to the other guy.
You're like,
Ooh, it's spooky. But the
Well,
yeah, what
on
was
its
my point? Oh yes, I don't think Mass Effect 3 like suffered a great deal for being Origin exclusive, and I'm pretty sure wasn't there one other major game that was Origin? Oh yes, Battlefield 3. Did that suffer at all for being Origin exclusive? Nope, not at all. So
Negative.
to be fair, I don't think people really care all that much. And if it's a major enough game from EA, then it's going to sell. The only time that the game's ever going to suffer is if it's not a major game from EA, and it really needs I suppose the publicity of even being available on Steam. You know, just being on the list on Steam on the front page that millions see every day is publicity in and of itself, right? And if we look at top sellers, you know, it's knocked down there now, but when it was released, 10 million just came out on Steam, and it was like number 8 in the sales charts. And nobody knows what that game is, but they do now because it's on Steam, so they have a look at it. They're aware of it.
Right.
And Origin doesn't have that kind of user base. Most people don't use Origin for the store, they use it because they're forced to.
Really? Yeah, Origin. That's what's one complaint I have about is the Origin actual like screen when you have to use it. It is completely. It's so system intensive. Every time I turn it on, it's like chug, 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 chug. I don't know why. I can't explain it.
Takes a lot of
But
memory,
is-
takes a lot of time.
Yeah, I don't get it. But it's a
I mean,
pain in the ass to use because of that.
Oh, yeah, and that's probably one of the biggest problems I have with it. The system itself, like Origin of itself, is probably just about as easy to use as Steam, really. And until very recently, it had some features that Steam didn't have, like the ability to install to the place you want to fucking install to. You know, that was a big thing for me. It's like, I use SSDs. I really, really, really would like to be able to install more than a few games at a time. I have 3 SSDs, but Steam only realizes I have 1 of them. But now you can do that now, so it's not really a big deal. But I mean, you know, Steam's got its own problems. Origin, I think, is kind of getting there. It does have some neat stuff, like the ability to stream from within the Origin client. That's kind of neat. That's definitely a piece of added value, but it's also kind of a limited use. Most people don't really need that. And aside from that, it occasionally has good sales. I mean, to be honest, I think this is the place where Steam's going to start to lose out, because I'd like to get an opinion of the room here. The last Steam sale wasn't that
Sucked.
great, right?
Sucked.
it wasn't great. No,
No.
I don't think I bought anything this last sale, and I usually buy at least one thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Origin, on the other hand, actually has just had a really good sale. They had like Crysis 2 for like $5, the maximum edition. Like, fuck, that's really good. And I think
Yeah.
they were selling the original Crysis for like $1 or something stupid. You know, and it's like, this is okay. This is not bad price wise. Am I willing to use Origin to play those games cheaply? Yes, because it's either that or use Steam, which has DRM2, right? So, no big deal.
right. Yeah, so I guess whoever's treating us best, why not use it?
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much. I don't
We
really
sell
mind.
out very quickly, Origin. Wink.
Someone who will not be covering Dead Space on Xbox is... Ding, ding, ding!
What? I have to play it. Like that's
I know,
that's no
you guys
conflict-
played so
that's
much
no
Dead
conflict
Space.
of interest for me. I would have played it anyway.
Yep, you already played the Dead Space games, of course you were going to play it. That and everyone and their
Yeah.
mother kind of is like, oh, we're going to play the demo, we're going to play the demo.
Dead Space.
Well, it is the first exciting new game of the year, really, that people
It
have
is.
actually got a chance to play, unless you
What
count
else?
DMC.
March, is it March or the end of February is Tomb Raider? When's that? That's game number 2,
it's
I think.
Feb, yeah. I
Not
think
sure.
I'm getting code for that, actually, a week in advance. So I can
Nice.
actually bring you guys some cool stuff.
Ooh, you all up with Squeenix. Ooh.
Oh, yeah. I get along
Ooh.
I get along quite well with Squeenix, even though I slammed their last game into the ground.
I can't ever be friends with Squeenix until they fix Final Fantasy.
I've never cared about Final
is
Fantasy to
good.
begin with, so I don't give a shit.
Final Fantasy was like my first series I was into, and it has broken my heart. I
Me
can
too.
imagine what people who are, fans of any other series that like ends up in the crapper. We're on the same boat. All anime fans, you and I, we understand each other.
You guys probably already talked about this, but I'm sick of Lightning. Killer.
Oh,
Lightning.
yes. That was 2 weeks
Go
ago.
on.
She's like, oh, I'm Lightning. Did you guys see the trailer for the newest one where she has like the
yes.
glasses and she's like,
Played it on the podcast. It's
You
so
should know
Very
who
good
I
time to
am.
promote. This is a very good time to promote. If you haven't seen it on the TGS main hub channel,
Yes.
there is TB made an amazing video that is like 12 minutes long, and it's the best of moments from that podcast where we talked about Lightning and my epic rant on Final Fantasy. That's like, I don't even know how long that thing is, or I just lose it.
It's about 2
That
minutes.
is on there.
Yeah.
So go watch that.
Watch
If
the
you wanna
same
know how I
content
feel
twice
about
for
it.
extra money. Yeah. We're totally honest about that. People love that stuff.
I don't need to restate the obvious, but please, Ken, let us know. How do you feel?
I don't know if there's really any words of how disappointed I am in the Final Fantasy series. I wish the old president was still there before he stepped down after making that terrible movie. Maybe things would still be better. I don't know. I feel like he may have had some pull. 6, 7. 7 was the one I came in on, like my favorite one. It has the most nostalgia value for me.
Same for
Even
me.
though currently, even with the movies they make Cloud like, ooh, emo, which he really wasn't like that in the game. But
And here's the
Little
thing.
emo.
Here's the thing. You cannot blame them. You can't blame them for overusing Cloud in the Final Fantasy VII universe, because even though I think I like 6 more, 7 is the one that everyone and their brother played because it was the big PlayStation title. So
Yep.
everyone knows that character, everyone knows that world. But you can fine, milk that for all it's worth. But Lightning?
no,
Lightning.
Yeah, I don't get that at all.
Lightning, I don't see... I haven't really played a huge amount of either Final Fantasy 13 game, but at no point have I ever been interested to find out about Lightning. Ever. It's just like, what? Why? I know, who? This is not interesting. I even preferred Vaughn from Final Fantasy 12, and he is essentially there to just... He's like the... just little orphan boy plot mechanism for the rest of the Star Wars shit to go on. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
He's
who
Luke
Vaughn
Skywalker.
is.
Yeah.
Also, why couldn't he put a shirt on? It's what the fuck.
I'd rather them milk Squall, who's got like about this much personality too, or I'd rather
I agree with
Titus. They
that.
could bring him back or Titus, whatever
No,
his name is.
no,
They
no.
did
Please,
bring him
please,
back
no.
many
Well,
times.
Can we have an entire Final Fantasy game that is based on Orin, please?
That would be cool.
Yeah. Quite
Oh,
frankly, I would take
cool.
Waka
I'd play
over
that.
Tidus any day of the week.
I need my Han Solo and Slutty Chewbacca,
Yeah.
Balthier and whatever her name is.
Need more 12.
Slutty,
Yeah.
Slutty Chewbacca from 12. Those 2 characters are the best. I could watch
So
them all day.
really, what we're saying is that we need a game with all of the vaguely personality-driven characters smushed into one game.
Yeah, which
Okay,
could
yeah,
have
I
very
think in
well
one
been
character.
Dissidia, but
In
it
one character.
ended up not being that way.
No, not in one character, Jesse. We need
In
all of
one
them,
character.
all interacting
in
with
one
each other.
A sexy. I don't know. Look, everyone's like, who's Slutty Chewbacca? I don't know her name. She's
Fran.
Fran.
It's
That's who it
Fran.
is. The rabbit girl, who's
Yep.
basically Chewbacca to Han Solo. That Final Fantasy 12 is Star Wars. If you
Star
didn't
Wars.
figure it out, that's what it is. No, we need to get back to the point. I need Ken lightning dish.
What else is there to say? She sucks. Get rid of her kicker, and you'll do yourself a favor, Squeenix. Especially
Here,
in America.
I'll hop in with my normal pro to all of the cons. She has great hair. Stepping back. That's it. That's all I ever have to
really
say.
Just say like a single Final Fantasy. Like, look, she has great hair. Every Final Fantasy character has like epic hair. You can't like if that's the good thing about her, then they are way off the mark.
Nobody
They are way off the mark.
has Dusty Rose hair. Okay.
Oh.
They could take Lightning out and replace her with just her hair, and you could play the game as her hair, and it'll be
I
just as
think
good.
it could be like Cousin It, except with amazing hair, and not just, you know.
And a sword. Her sword, an epic sword in her hair, and that's it.
Like, Lightning, what do you think about this? And the hair kind of blows in the wind. Oh, that's about what we expected from you. Anyway.
You're like, mm-hmm. Go on. Mm-hmm.
But on Final Fantasy, like I played 7 first, and I guess you said you like 6 the best. I went back and played 6 later. I missed it in my younger days on Super Nintendo, and they take a lot of like music and things from 6 and 7, and I was like,
Oh yeah.
oh, well, I thought 7 was just Jesus.
I thought 7 was Jesus.
Actually, they take a lot from 4 and 5 are when the series really took off. Like 1, 2, and 3, you don't really need to play those. 4 and 5, if you can get that like PlayStation CD bundle or find it on like a handheld, those are pretty great games. They're not like the best story-wise, but mechanics they're great. But yeah.
What was that PlayStation game that they did? It's like a adventure run around kind of game where you play as different Final Fantasy characters, and you can go back and play this.
Or
No, was it on original
Energize,
PlayStation?
whatever it was called.
Mag or something.
Urge's
Urges,
Legend,
Urges?
Urge's Secret of the Ring or something like that. Urge's. Yeah.
That game was bad too.
What the hell kind of name is that?
It's so dumb. I don't even know how it's pronounced. Urgai. Yeah. Oh Christ. Yeah, it's called Urge's God Bless the Ring. Yeah.
God
Fucking
bless it.
stupid title.
God bless his little crappy heart.
Indeed. You know, the funny thing about Final Fantasy is the 2 games I enjoyed the most were Dissidia and Final Fantasy Fables Chocobo Tales on the DS. Which was an amazing game.
That is a really good game.
Tales.
Yeah.
I was
Chocobo
Chocobo
Tales.
Tactics. If you haven't played that, you should find Tactics.
Tactics is pretty
Tactics
good.
is like one of my favorite games ever. Oh,
Shining
I wish
Force
they'd
is
remake
still better.
that.
Played Tactics. I've never even attempted to play it.
Is that it's one of those things where it's even better than what you hear about it. Like when you hear like, oh, it's a really good game, you're like, I'll give it a try. After playing, like, holy shit, that was a good
Your
game.
hair's like stuck back, and you're just like, and then you go play the Game Boy Advance one, and you're like, oh, my hair's back.
Yeah, they ruined it. But, and that's the thing. You can talk about Squaresoft, Square Enix. I guess it's Squaresoft then. Squaresoft of the '90s, and maybe I'll give them up until 2001. Pretty stellar. And then they were just like, we're gonna phone it in the rest of the way. Congrats, guys.
Square
Chocobo
Enix.
Tales, man. Play it, seriously. It got bashed in the media for no good reason. It's a great game.
It is.
Fantastic fun.
It's you play as little chocobo. There's fat chocobo. There's so
card
many
battle
chocobo.
system. And everyone's like for some reason a paper cutout of themselves in the card battle system. There was an ability called
That's awesome.
Chocobash. I mean, come on, Chocobash.
What?
There's a bunch of different mini games, and the
Mog is in it. Mog is like, hey, I'm a mogul. And there's
Yeah.
Fat Chocobo's like, Quay, I'm a chocobo. It's so good.
The funny thing about the game as well, you also get to fight like famous Final Fantasy monsters and also like collect them as cards and use them, which is really great. The cool thing about it is the game's actually chock full of really stupid, nerdy humor.
Chock full.
See what I did there? But yeah, it's full of that stuff, and it's as a result, it's a joy to play. I love that game. I'd recommend it without question.
Word.
Well, now that we know what Husky played this week, LOL.
45 minutes of the show. We found out what Dodger was playing, sort of.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah, I said some of the. I finally got Devil's Attorney,
What do you reckon?
and that game is fantastic.
Writing's great, isn't
It's like the voice acting is great. The writing is pretty funny, and I really like the way that you play through all of the different cases.
Yeah.
Although, since it has like if you defeat everybody in the case by this round, you get a bonus.
Yep.
I can't move on unless I've gotten the bonus.
Oh dear.
So I've been just I mean, for the most part, I don't have to play any of the cases more than twice, but I go back if I didn't get the bonus.
Yeah. It's a pretty good battle system,
So.
actually. It's a good RPG battle system. It's more like a puzzle, really than anything else, though. I know a lot of people kind of treat it as... It's a weird hybrid because there's some dice rolling involved in it, too. So you can't really call it a puzzle game because the results aren't necessarily predictable.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
it is mostly a puzzle of trying to figure out the best way, who do you take down first to stop some cataclysmic event from occurring in the case, and so on and so forth. It's good. I hope they make more games in that series. The character is hilarious. In fact, all the characters in the game are hilarious. They really are. They're incredibly funny. The guy who I don't know if you've got to him yet, but there is this guy that progressively gets more crazy the further on you go in the game because he becomes convinced that his hair is the problem. And as a result,
and he like shows up with a wig, and he's like,
exactly.
I'm going to win now. And he's like, what are you wearing? He's
What
like
is
wearing
happening?
a wig to make his hair look exactly like your hair. Because he's
Yeah.
like, I figured it out. I figured out why I keep losing.
Losing.
Like, oh,
It's the
no.
hair. Yeah.
It's
Devil's,
so good.
It's pretty awesome. I'm a big fan of Devil's Attorney. It's a wonderful game for the price, and it's definitely recommended.
Yeah.
It's short. Like, you can beat it in a few hours, but that's fine, too. Expensive.
It's fabulous.
Yes.
Fabulous.
And those are the only... Aside from my norms, that's all I've been doing.
All right, Jesse, let's move on to you. 45 minutes of the show. What have you been playing this week?
Holy crap! So last week, we talked about like during the podcast, I downloaded Sins of a Solar Empire. That is taking up too much of my damn time. I cannot even function unless I play that once during a day. Like I have created an amazing fleet of battle cruisers, and I decimate everything.
It's gonna die.
It's I can't even describe to you how much I love this thing. Except the pirate system pisses me off because
You can turn that off.
during the game, but I like having the pirates there. I even give them a base. They're like a special base world. I like that too. So it's if you like, I don't even know how to describe it. Sort of, how would you describe this game? I'm trying to think of a non-spacey game that you could.
Oh, I can totally describe it. So it's a 4X light. So it's got elements of stuff like Master of Orion, Pax Imperia, and Galactic Civilizations in real time, but it is closer to being Supreme Commander.
That's what I would say.
Yeah, because the system is actually very similar. The ability to zoom in and out and command stuff just by like, oh, here's a bunch of icons, send them in this direction. Also, the combat doesn't really require much strategy. It's more about your force composition. Because once you get into the fight, it's kind of just a big blob, and then you just see how it goes. I mean, you can micro a little bit, but not much. Maybe you micromanage your hero units, and that's about it.
Yeah, if you have the fleet capacity, you can just send guys in and let them do their crap.
Yeah,
you don't really need to.
You just think about your composition. It's like, what am I going to be fighting? Okay, these are the ships I need to build, and then maybe you hotkey your big ships, your capital ships, and you move them around a bit and use abilities at the right time, and that's kind of about how far it goes.
It's a really fun game. It's the planet building and setting that up, and searching for like artifacts, and then the amount of civilization style I'm trying to think what that is. Skill oh god, what would that be?
Research tree.
Research tree. Thank you.
It's fucking obtuse, that research tree. It's like, I don't know what this trans-dimensional agenda device is. Why do I... Literally, whoever designed this was an idiot. Like, it's really hard to navigate that research tree.
There's a lot there, and it's fun. I played as pretty much every one of the races, and I finally found it's one of the rebellion. Like in this game, it has different races, but then there's two sides of each one. So there's the one version, and then there's the flip side of it. So if you're playing as sort of like the human colonial empire guys, there's the flip side of that, which is like the rebellion
faction, basically. Yeah, that actually added a lot to the game. I was really happy about that. That up to that point, the expansions were okay, not great. Diplomacy was kind of the worst, and then they did rebellion. It's like, holy shit, there is so much new stuff now, and it completely changes your playstyle completely. There's one that is allows you to build 2 star bases, so you are super turtly faction. It's like, I've got 2 star bases. Like, oh, well, who's going to kill me now? Pretty much nobody, because I'm just going to wreck everything. So, that's great.
Yeah, and then there's the different types of the one faction that's like the psychic powers, the sonic super
Yes.
psionic weapons,
Yeah.
but then the flip side is like the dark twisted version of that, and it's awesome. They're so much fun to play. It's such a fun game. If you expect to sit down and like play for 5 minutes, look at your clock and 8 hours will have gone by, and you're like, what happened? It's that game. It's like a Civ game where just time disappears when you play. I played that, and then I played for Fan Friday. I played Katawa Shoujo, or whatever that game's called. Disability Girls, as it is in English.
The 4chan game?
Yes. So I played it not knowing what it was. People were like, hey, play it. And I started out and was just cracking up. Like, dude, you just had a heart attack when a girl hit on you. Spoiler, you have like arrhythmia. The entire game is like super serious. And I was like, what the hell did you get me into? So after 45 minutes of playing the game on the Fan Friday, I must have got like 1,000 messages. Like, dude, actually just play the game. So over the weekend, I went and played through the rest of it. And it's real serious. There's one character who's just bonkers, and I guess he's there for like 4chan comic relief, but everyone else is like super freaking serious in that game. And there's very little comedy. All the characters have different disabilities, but they're paired together, so it's sort of like silly cute. Like there's a girl who's blind paired with like a burn victim. There's a girl who has no legs paired with a girl who has no arms. And they're like roommates and stuff. It's cute, but the subject matter is like real sweet, and I understand why people like it now, like really like it, because it isn't like they don't actively make fun of anyone, and it's like a legit love story. The problem is it's a legit love story, and I'm like,
Well, the problem is it's also a legit love story with hentai porn in it. Although you can turn that off, actually.
You can turn it off, though.
All credit to
Here's
them for that. They actually did care about the whole story.
Here's the thing, though. If you're going into this game, that's true. I agree. If you're going into this game and you're like, oh man, this is gonna be clean. It's not clean. There's some dirty stuff. It's very after 2 a.m. on Cinemax kind of like dirty. Not really. Like it's very like softcore. But the problem is that if you are going in there expecting to get it right away, you have to go through like 4 chapters of like 15 hours of gameplay to get one thing. If you want porn, just go to the internet. This is not the thing for you. And so there's all these decision points. If people are wondering, because when I played on the Fan Friday, I just like chose the whatever I thought would work, and I sucked. Apparently, I do not know how to deal with women. But I went online and they have a tree. I typed in like Katawa Shoujo or whatever the hell it's called guide, and they have like a tree of like decision points, and I just use that. I cheated. What the hell? I don't even care. And I just followed the tree and like did everything right. But at one point you can only choose one of the girls, so it isn't like even this game. Most games like this, most of the dating sim games, you can be a giant man whore and just bang everyone. But this one, you have to choose one, and so it doesn't like it's even sweet in that way. It's very strange. I was like, oh, okay, this came out of 4chan and it's legit, not for parody. It's like a real legit game. I was impressed. Is it worth doing a playthrough of? It would be like 85 episodes, an hour a piece of me just.
It's also pointless because the fact of the matter is it's a visual novel. So there's not really much you can add other than to essentially laugh at it, which people will get very mad about because there are people that really love that game.
And that's what I got. I got a lot of people who were like, how can you laugh at this? And I was like, one, it started with me laughing because I didn't know what it was. Then when it got to the point where I was like, oh, this is like a legit thing, I was like, I would jab it every now and again, but I'm not going to be like, she has no legs. Like, that's not, that's not funny. To nobody is that funny.
Well, yeah, and at the end of the day, what can you add other than comedy? You can't. Here's what people have to understand. We're trying to make videos that you guys will watch, and the only way we're going to get you to watch them is if we engage you in some way, and we can't do that in situations like that with a visual novel without laughing at it, without comedy.
With that said, once I opened that can of worms, can of beans, can of crazy, I went down the rabbit hole. I've got enough analogies here to last for days, and I found a bunch of other dating sims, and one that I'm really interested in that scares me to death is a game where you play as a guy who you are attracted to meat, and you see meat as women.
It's like the
Fucking
next
Japan.
level of
And here's the thing. You see women as meat, and then here's the thing. An alien creature, like a meat beast, comes down and is like, I will turn people into women for you. And
Meat
basically, I think
beast.
she eats people and barfs up the meat. And now you're like, I will make love to you. It's nuts. So I was like, well, this is something that I have to do in the future.
Well,
it's crazy.
Love dating
I'm fucking done.
sims.
Bye.
And see, that's the kind of game you should be doing a Let's Play of. Like, if it's a dating sim, that's the kind of nonsense. Like, a serious game is not the place. It was fun.
No.
Katawa Shuju or whatever that is an amazing game. 4chan produced something really stellar. My hat off to them, but it's not a game I would play as like a
No,
continuing.
it's not suitable for it. But at the end of the day, it's also a free game, so if you want to play it, just go play it. No, there's nothing stopping you.
I feel bad. I overloaded the website, and for like days, people couldn't
Whoops.
get on it. And I was like, sorry, guys.
Oh my. All right, so let's have words with Ken. What has Ken been playing this week? What's been going on?
Oh, I used to be a butcher before I started using YouTube, and so that's
Oh God.
So, you like the meat, eh?
so me and
Tell me
me
more
and
about
me
your
had
meat.
a lot of
Really, really
a
into
lot of
meat.
time together. But now, let's see. Recently, I played a game called The Cat Lady. It's made by Harvester
Oh!
Games.
Yes, I was told to play that, but I haven't done it yet. Is it awesome?
It's kind of a point and clickish kind of game, and you're just talking about visual novels. There's a lot of voice acting, so you just kind of sit and watch a lot. But it is a good story. I really enjoyed it. It's a dark story.
Yeah, I heard it was really creepy.
The premise of the game is that you are a middle-aged woman who is depressed and alone, and she has cats to keep her company. And she ODs on sleeping pills, and in between, in the world of the dead, I guess, a deity of some kind or demon, don't know, stops her and is like, okay, look, you are going to be forced into this duel to where you have to come back and kill 5 psychotic serial killers for me. That's what it boils down to. And the only weapon you have is that you know that you have to do this. I think she says they're just attracted to the way fate works out. You know that you have to do this, and you can't really die. You die, but you'll return to your body healed later. And so you have to go and deal with these serial killers and your own depression and problems. And there's a lot more to it than that. That's just the beginning of the game.
Yikes.
It is interesting. I think it's on, they're promoting it for Greenlight too, but I like
Does
it.
she have like cat powers?
She has, I guess, 9 lives, you can say.
So it's like, so it's point and click, and you have no weapons, right? You're not.
Oh, it's a point and click game?
Yeah, you really use your whatever those keys are called on your keyboard. They have arrow keys.
Quads.
Yes, the arrow keys. Well done. Continue.
And you use that to control the game, and but it is. I really enjoy it. And the developer of the game was really friendly too. He contacted me. He was like, "I love you, man." But anyway,
That seems like the kind of person that would develop a game like that.
yeah,
Just this kind of mega bro sort of dude with pop collar. Oh man, I love you, bro.
Definitely.
say a nurse in the UK. But anyway, so it had a lot of slang that I didn't understand in the game. But anyway, what else have I played? I've been doing a lot of playing a lot of the games on the Indie Speedrun website, the Escapist website. They have a 48-hour competition for dudes. I mean, all the games are there. I think I have them pulled up. Like some of the judges are like Notch and
It's like
Dino-
Game Jam, right?
yeah,
Pretty much.
Dino Patty from Journey or not Journey, but Limbo. The girl from Journey is there too. But anyway, I've been going through those and playing it.
So these are a competition that is on the Escapist, and then the games are there, and then they're being judged. So,
Like
Oh, I
the
thought-
go ahead.
oh no, I thought you were saying that there's a competition where you play games on the
No,
Escapist.
no, this-
I was
I've
like,
been
that
going through
doesn't
all
make
the-
any sense.
I've been
Yeah,
playing
I was confused too.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
But it's mainly, I haven't been doing a whole lot for my channel lately, being January, and it's kind of like, blur, nothing I want to play. So I've been going and digging up games from the corner of the internet that ain't nobody got no business playing, really. But I did Dark Souls. Been playing that. That's fun. Started Far Cry 3. So far, I'm really interested. Like, it's the Skyrim. Didn't get into Skyrim very much. because of you are the chosen one kind of story doesn't grab me. But
Hold on, though. You are kind of the chosen one in Far Cry 3. Like, you are a giant douchebag who then suddenly becomes a warrior.
oh, they killed my brother. I gotta save my other siblings. I'm like, I love the power of loss is powerful within my mind.
The power of loss.
Play the Dead Space 3 demo. It was okay to me. It took forever for me to figure out how to kill the drill. Like I kept running from it. I was like, okay, it's gonna drill into the ground. Did he? No,
The
I
only
gotta.
reason why we had any luck with that was because, like, I'm actively playing through Dead Space, so the powers and stuff, you kind of get it. Like, oh, yeah, I've been here.
Yeah,
before.
I forgot about all of those powers, and then Jesse was like, "Oh, all these things." I was like, "Oh, that's right. Those are real. I forgot about those." So,
Like I could totally crank this crank with my hand, but I'm gonna use my Jedi power on it. Ooh,
yeah,
Dead Space, spooky.
Totally.
Oh, went back and played Dragon Age 3, or not Dragon Age 3. That's coming out. Dragon Age Origin Ultimate Edition.
I was gonna say the good one, right?
Yeah, the good one, not 2, and it's trash. But they had all this extra DLC you get with Ultimate Edition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you get Awakening and then a shitload of other stuff with it.
Yeah, like I don't have to try to be a pimp to get all the ladies anymore. I just like, here you go, have this gift, and they're like, oh, thank you for giving me that.
Here's the thing. I got that edition too when it was on Steam for like real cheap. Yeah. And so I played through the game once and I was like, I'm gonna go back and play through it. And since I now know the internet is filled with like cheat codes and like hacks for the Steam version of Dragon Age, I got a thing where you can edit and make it so you can type in and a console command just experience. So the minute the game started, I was like, experience, and so I was max level at the start. And so I put all these points into stuff. Spoiler, I put it in the wrong points, and by the end of the game, was getting my ass kicked by everyone. Because
wow, you cheated horribly and you still lost. That's
I know.
That's pretty telling.
Yeah. The game, doing it normally, I kicked its ass just fine. Cheating, it was like, you played through all that and you aren't gonna win now. It was so depressing. I was like, I've got to bang every woman and it's still nothing. Oh.
It's not like you get a choice in that regard.
Did you download the nudie mods? Oh, shame on you.
No, I did not.
To be fair, I think there's maybe one situation where that kind of thing would be acceptable, and that's if you don't want to laugh out loud at BioWare's idea of a sex scene, because holy shit, that is funny. If you watch either of the love scenes in that game, any of the female ones at any rate, you will laugh your ass off at how absolutely dreadfully handled it is. Like, to the point where people have gone and completely redone them. Like, they've spent a lot of fucking time doing this. Let's be honest, it's essentially porn at that point. Really bad computer-generated porn. But it ends up still being better than the shit that's in the game to begin with. Because it's just so stupid.
It makes me feel kind of awkward when it happens. I, like, go back up and talk to her. I'm like, so,
So
leave
did we do it?
immediately.
I can't be sure. I'm pretty sure you never took your clothes off. What happened there?
One of the things that I think is really interesting, though, that I actually like about that is the reaction of, I'm trying to remember her name, the French girl.
Liana.
Yeah.
Worst voice acting in that game.
She freaks the balls out when you, like, talk to any other women. If you're really high in, like, affection with her, she's like, what'd you say to her? What was it? What'd you guys talk about? It's like, damn, woman! Like, what were you doing over there? Who are you talking? It's like, wow. I like that about that game. I think every character sort of has their own thing. Like, Morgan's like, sure, whatever. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah.
Was that cute for you?
Sorry, I said Liana,
back.
I just realized, oh yeah, shit, that's Mass Effect. Yeah, Liliana is her name.
Liliana, yeah.
And I just realized the fact that that's almost the same name. How the hell did I not notice that before? Good God.
Another thing I like about the Dragon Age game is, like, the what is it? The way you interact with each other in the game.
That's
like,
the best thing about it.
Like Skyrim, you go and become king of the whole freaking world, and everybody's like, oh, hey, go, if you want to enter our thief guild, go steal this from this guy, and you may be able to get in. Maybe. And you go around in Dragon Age, and you're like, oh, yeah, you Grey Warden, bow down. You did this over there. Cool. I'm like, oh, yeah. It doesn't affect the game, but it makes me feel better that they know that I did this.
In Origins, actually, some really cool choices. I loved the way that they dealt with the possessed kid. That was a fucking great piece of plot.
Like, you psycho mom! Oh! But
yep. Yeah,
That's understandable.
was-
It's actually the way people may act if something like that happened.
Yeah, well, the funny thing is the vast majority of people don't even realize there's a way of doing it which doesn't involve killing either of them.
Yeah,
And,
you
it takes a
single agent.
shitload more effort, but you can do it. So it's pretty sweet. It's
That's how
like,
you
we
learn
don't
blood
really care
magic
about
if you're a
spoilers.
mage.
This game has been out for like 5 years. If you haven't played
Yeah,
it by
chat's
now,
like,
you're just
"Spoilers!"
dumb. So,
Like, no spoilers.
Yeah.
I'm just
zero
just been
spoilers
going
there.
back and playing a lot of old
game's
games.
fucking
then.
old. Who hasn't played Dragon Age, really?
I really hope Dragon Age 3 doesn't go down the same linear path of Dragon Age 2.
Dragon Age 2? Yeah.
Well, all credit to BioWare. They have admitted pretty much that Dragon Age 2 was shit, and they would be correct. I mean, the funny
Good.
thing is, there are elements of Dragon Age 2 they could take which are better, and that's a good thing. I mean, I wouldn't say, like, the combat system is better, because it's not. And that's pretty garbage. The locales were terrible.
Yeah.
Character
You go through the same
development was
area a lot on that game
terrible.
to do different quests.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
actually trying to
that's
think
the
of what
problem.
was better. I think there's actually not that much, come to think of it, but the
I'll just
problem-
agreeing to disagree or agree.
Pretty
It's
much.
like,
I,
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
I think the only thing that I kind of like about that game is that game is not a kind of super saving the world kind of game, really. It's the actual plot is nice because it's sort of focused on one city, and as a result you can potentially have a lot of development surrounding that area. But I don't think they fully pulled that off. So
I agree. It was a letdown.
It felt like a Fable 3 to me, kind of. You're the man. Be the man.
Fable 3 had its own problems.
Fable 3, man.
Yep.
And wrap it up, I guess. I played Castle Crashers with Yummy Mash, and
Castle Crashers, man. That's a good. Game.
I played Grand Theft Auto with PewDiePie. Said it. But,
Christ, how did you?
Oh wait!
even tolerate it?
Whoa! Which Grand Theft Auto?
I said 3, but I meant the one on Steam. 4? Is that
4.
no? Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
that one.
Big
And
ol'
that's
thing.
it. That's it. That's all I've been playing.
That's awesome.
The end.
What have I been doing this week? I played a bit of Anarchy Reigns. My copy arrived a day late to really talk about it last week. Haven't played a huge amount of it yet. But for those who don't know, it is the new Platinum Games title. And it's got characters from Mad World in it, and Bayonetta is in there for whatever reason. And they're all part of this crazy world that makes no fucking sense at all. And it's kind of like almost an open world brawler-esque kind of thing. It's got some God Hand sort of style to it, which is quite nice. And I'm having a ton of fun with it. It seems like a really nicely made game. It's only $30 as well, which is surprising. Like, it's not even a full-priced game, but it's a really fun game with a lot of character to it. It's got great art style. The only complaint I think I've got of it so far is that the combat system, I feel, is going to get a little bit samey after a while because it's a fairly shallow combat system. So, you've basically got regular attack, strong attack, throw. You've got to understand that this thing is a third-person brawler, so it's not like a fighting game. So you think something more like Power Stone or not Final Fight, sorry, Fighting Force on the original PlayStation. Things like that.
Wow, we're going back. Okay.
Yeah. Or Urban Reign, which about 7 people played, but it's
I don't even know
it's
what
that
that
kind of thing. It's that kind of thing.
Urban Reign.
Yeah, and you also have like weapon attacks, and you have like an ultimate rampage and things like that. And there's not a huge amount of complexity to it, but there is also a lot of environmental stuff. Like you can just grab a car and smack people with that, which is always fun. And there's vehicles, and there's always these kind of random events as well, which is nice. They kind of appear out of nowhere. And that sort of shakes the battle up just a little bit, but it's hard to say whether I'm going to play a huge amount of it. I think I need to play more to really get a feel for whether or not the game's actually got any longevity. But it's got a really good single-player campaign. There's actually 2 single-player campaigns from different perspectives, and it is still designed, however, to be played as a multiplayer online brawler. So, an arena fighter, I think, is probably the best way. But it's not bad. It's a Platinum game. Platinum always makes good stuff one way or the other. So, I've been playing that. What else?
Nice.
Blood Bowl. Lots of Blood Bowl. Practicing, doing campaigns. I think I've decided on my team. I think I'm going to play Chaos Dwarf. I think that seems like a good idea. Yeah. They're tough, but they also have Bull Centaurs and Minotaurs and Hobgoblins, and that's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's a good team. It seems to fit my style.
But no chef.
No chef. Well, you can hire the chef, but you have to pay 3 times more than the Halfling team does. So it's usually not worthwhile.
Oh, one for halflings.
Yeah, it's like 3,000 gold pieces for the Halfling chef. So it's not.
I always think of
necessarily
the Kirby Super Smash Brothers Ultimate every time we talk about that.
Oh, yes. Throws everyone into a pot. Funnily, wasn't that... That was actually stolen from Power Stone. Because there was a... Yeah, I believe it was Gordo. There was a chef that also turned into a dinosaur and would cook people in a giant pot.
Aw.
Makes
And
sense.
that was one of his ultimate Power Stone attacks. It was great. Where the fuck is Power Stone 3, Capcom? Where is it? You want to explain that to me? What a great concept. What an amazing concept that is. Why you haven't made a game in that series for about 10 years. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Tell them to uncancel Mega Man Legends 3 also.
Oh, yeah, that can sort off. Power Stone.
Oh no!
Wow.
Or go
Never
back to
really,
the Mega
I don't know,
X4.
man. I've never really been into Mega Man, so I've never really cared.
After
Aw,
Mega Man
Mega
X4, I
Man
didn't like it anymore. But
I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think so. I think that kind of covers the usual sort of stuff that I've been playing. And I am looking forward to trying Devil May Cry, just to see how that turns out.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Can I just say something really quick? Someone in chat mentioned Metacritic for Devil May Cry, and they said, did you see the disparity between the
Oh, yeah. It's yet another
User
game where
reviews.
people are colossally butthurt. Yeah, we know how it goes.
It's
What?
like the butthurt is through the roof on this.
Oh, yeah, it's massive.
I feel like I'm in the butthurt category too, though, so I can't complain. But
yeah, but you're not that crazy. Like, the problem that I've had with Metacritic and gamers trying to be taken seriously for the longest time is that they're mostly fucking dumb. And the problem is that you've got DMC up on Metacritic as 86 out of 100. And, you know, fuck the scores, that's not relevant. But the game is clearly not worth 3.4. 3.4. As in, you know, this is a rating that is close to Big Rig's Over the Road Racing, which isn't even classified as a game. This is a rating that is only marginally higher than the War Z. There is no game that bad produced by a company like that. Ninja Theory doesn't make games that are that bad. You're talking out your fucking arse. And I can totally understand why people are disappointed. For those who don't know, the reason people are disappointed is not just because the character's different, yeah? Oh, Dante's an emo douche. Like, Dante wasn't even a fucking good character to begin with. You know, the lines were terrible. You know, he was a twat the entire way through. In 2, he was awful. Don't even get me started on that. The writing in DMC has always been dreadful. But that's fine, because it's a silly, cheesy game, and that's okay. You know, don't take the character of Dante seriously, because he's basically an adolescent power fantasy. That's what he is. That's fine. That's okay. It's okay to have games like that. The problem that people have is where they change the mechanics of the game around. Yeah. So I was reading up on this, and I was actually watching a number of different videos on the subject, and I was comparing combo videos on DMC4 to DMC. And there is this huge disparity about what's possible, because they have really taken a lot of things away from the actual combat system. The way that the ranking system works, for instance, in the previous DMC games, to get like triple S rank and get the highest rank, you had to combo a lot of shit together. In this, the combo system and the S rank system is essentially based on the amount of damage you do. So the kind of light weapons and the more situational weapons are fucking worthless in order to get your rank up. So it's all about how much damage you do, which is seriously disappointing by the looks of it. And there are a number of other things, by the way, they've just kind of dumbed the combat system down that has disappointed a lot of people. But on the flip side, it's still not worth 3.4. You're fucking dumb if you think it is.
I just had to confirm something. Every one of these reviews is talking about 3 major points in this game when they all say, like, this game sucks, here's why. And I was like, this sounds like trolling. Is this legit? Every single one of these, plus this video, is saying, in the beginning of the game, the protagonist shoots a pregnant woman in the stomach, then kills her, and later mocks the antagonist about it, and then a guy makes portals with squirrel semen.
I think they're not trolling. I'm pretty sure I've heard something about this before, so it does seem like, wow, that's pretty fucked up.
I just had to confirm, this sounds nuts. Everyone's saying that the Slurm Queen from Futurama's in it, except it's like a serious version of it, and they're saying that, like, the game has a ninja, and I have to play this now. This sounds like the train wreck I've been waiting for. I am excited.
Jesus. Yeah,
Jesse,
it is probably nowhere near as bad a game as people are claiming it to be, but I can totally understand why DMC fans are disappointed, because they have very clearly dumbed it down, and there's not even a question about that. That's not even up for discussion.
Right.
But the problem is that the gaming community overreacts to this shit. And this is not the way to get your message across. This makes you sound like a bunch of pitchforking assholes. Stop it.
Here's the problem, though, and as a gamer, you are born to hate stuff like this. I think a lot of gamers come from the, like, I feel like if Dante was a real person, he probably would have picked on me kind of level, right? Here's the thing. When Joystick writes, and I quote, DMC does action extraordinarily well and manages to make Dante look like the epitome of cool with every move. It's wonderful to see his feet in motion. Like, that kind of stuff, when you write that about something, gamers are going to be like, fuck you. Like,
These beautiful feet.
This is actually, I'm going to go a little bit off the rails here just for a second. But this is actually one of the big problems I have with written reviews, is that a lot of writers feel the need to write that kind of shit. They feel the need to make some kind of grandiose statement. And like, the
epitome of cool.
When I started doing my videos, it's like, I will never say that, because it doesn't... If this does not spring to mind while I'm playing the game and isn't a legitimate feeling that I'm having, then I shouldn't be putting it down at all. And that's not what they should be doing. They've gone back after playing the game for like 20, 30 hours, probably beating the thing, and they're like, how can I flower this language up to make it really, to make a statement and have a really nice quote? It's like, you just sound like an idiot. Just tell me, explain the mechanics to me and say whether or not they're any good. Yeah? Explain the story to me, explain whether or not it's any good. I don't need to see this whole poetry and motion nonsense. It's an unnecessary use of metaphors, and it actually, in my opinion, is the trademark of a bad writer, that they have the need to, and a bad critic as well, that they actually have the need to do this kind of stuff. They have the desire to write in such a way, and they can't just describe it in a way that makes sense to everybody, because they don't know enough about games to be able to do that.
Oh, that makes sense to me. He's the epitome of cool. Don't you know?
The epitome of cool.
So
come
on. Motion TV.
It's nonsense. It's nonsense.
Jesse, what was that one-liner from the first game? I think I've heard you say it before.
I should have been the one to
soul with light!
No, it was I should have been the one to fill your dark soul with light. But the first game had Flock Off Featherface, which was of course the epitome of good writing.
Here's my thing about that. I truly believe that was the best take they got from that guy. Like, you screaming passionately because she's dead. Go! And he's like, line! Like,
nailed it.
Why would they include that line? I know for a fact voice actors do like 4 or 5 takes on a line to get it right.
Yeah.
That dude, like,
that was the best take.
One. That was the best take. That's amazing.
He probably did it like 7 or 8 times, and they kept giving him, vocal direction, and he just did it the same way every time, and they were like, you know what? It's good.
Screw it. Whatever.
Unless there was some guy there, I guarantee there was a guy there, one of the writers, a total hipster writer, who was like, what if his dark, calm, cool exterior finally cracks at the last moment when the woman he loves dies?
Cracks like a 13-year-old boy with his voice.
Yeah, and then he's like, why?
Just a correction, by the way. Apparently, Dante doesn't kill the lady and her child. Also, the lady's a demon. And it's Virgil that does it. So, that's a little bit more understandable, because Virgil
is a butthole, so...
Yes. Yeah. So...
Except protagonist, he didn't say Dante. So,
yeah, so it appears that information is being manipulated here by people that have an agenda, which surprises me not a tiny bit.
On the internet?
No! We'd never do that. It's probably about time to take a break, folks, and when we come back, we'll talk some news. We want drama. Oh, we have it. We have so much drama in the form of plastic tits. It's great. Jesus Christ.
So we're going to Hollywood, then?
We'll be right back.
We're here!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Game Station Podcast. You just heard some pretty fantastic tracks, and of course you can check them all out over at last.fm/user/TotalBiscuit. I believe everything I just played there is actually free to listen to, so you can go check it out over there, last.fm/user/TotalBiscuit. You will find the tracks played on this show. If you're, of course, watching the show on YouTube, then you didn't hear any of those tracks. Ha ha. So, it's on the live show. It's just how it is.
What can you do?
Yeah, we can't include them, so there you go. All right. Let's do news. So there's some kind of serious news and there's some kind of dumbass news, and I want to know from the cast who, well, I suppose which we will tackle first. So
I have a feeling the serious news is going to end really quickly. The discussion
think
of that,
so?
I can't imagine going on for too long.
Yeah, I guess
Well,
that's
I have
true.
a feeling everyone's probably going to agree with it, aren't they?
The exact same point. Yeah, I think we should do serious first.
Okay, let's do serious, because this is an excuse to bash Apple, which sounds hilarious fun. So, let us begin. So, there was an article that just came up on The Verge. Good website. Overly artsy design, but good website. And it was on the subject of the way that the Apple Store actually deals with various different kinds of content for the App Store, yeah? For games in general. And there are a few things which, well, spring out to me as god-awful about this whole piece, and it's definitely not The Verge's fault, it's actually quite the opposite. They've revealed something pretty horrendous. So, the first quote from that was on the subject of a justification for banning games which have any kind of political or religious overtones or anything like that. And their quote was, "We view apps differently than books or songs which we do not curate." Yep. They go on to say, if you want to criticize a religion, write a book. If you want to describe sex, write a book or a song or create a medical app. It can get complicated, but we have decided not to allow certain kinds of content in the App Store.
Censorship.
Censorship's a wonderful thing, isn't it? We're talking about the company that has single-handedly, over the last few years, created a platform which has encouraged the dumbest games we have ever seen in our lifetime. Games which are barely games. An entire genre which has made millions upon millions of dollars by the name of the Cow Clicker, which has no actual gameplay in it whatsoever, and yet is, of course, incredibly compelling. A device which doesn't have any proper controls, ergo you can't actually play traditional games on it in any way, shape, or form. And this is a company that is now saying that, you know what, anything that makes you think, anything that actually has some kind of message, that's not the kind of app that we want on our store. And since, of course, we have an absolute monopoly over what is played on iOS devices, we are going to censor that and refuse to allow it on our store entirely.
Well, it's just like the huge issue that fight with no matter what platform it's on is that deciding whether or not games should be considered entertainment. Like, purely looking at them as entertainment, I think, is an issue, because then when people try to make games that are about serious subjects, it doesn't match with your expectations for what a video game is.
I think what the drama coming from this is the fact that basically in the past, Apple has let through games that are pretty racist and then later pulled them, right? But it flat out rejects games that are serious and deal with very serious subjects just because it might offend people. And the case they bring up here is the Syrian civil war and the Foxconn worker suicides.
Yeah.
So games were made about that covered serious issues that weren't necessarily they didn't mock anything. They were carefully produced serious things. Because of the content within them, Apple was like, we really don't want to do that. Meanwhile, games that are like crazy racist fun, those are let through, and then it's like, oh crap, we let's go back and fix that.
Yeah, it's okay.
And,
I mean, you know, they only made like $500,000 off each of those games before they pulled them, and of course they won't be offering refunds. So, you know.
Yeah. And so that's where the controversy comes from, is that Apple is censoring things that are taking serious issues and using them seriously and not doing it in a way that is, you know, can be perceived as just for the sake of like causing drama, which is now causing drama. So
Yay!
Interestingly enough, Jonathan Blow actually had something to say on this, and he said that if we had built a world where games routinely work with serious issues in ways that people care about, Apple would not be able to take this stance because it wouldn't make any sense. Instead, he says, Apple is able to treat games as shallow commercial entertainment experiences. I don't disagree that we certainly have those problems, but I also feel that that is a problem that comes with every emergent form of media. Every one of them suffers from these kind of things. You know, do we remember when graphic novels and comic books were not taken remotely seriously in any way? It's like there was no way in a million years that a comic book could possibly tackle a serious subject. And we don't think that way anymore. And the same is with movies and television. And, you know, when television first came along, when movies first came along, theater folks scoffed at that and said, you can't tell a serious story in this way. And this happens every fucking time. And it's I'm sick of history repeating itself. I really, really am. But the worst thing is that now Apple is actually a serious player in the gaming market, and there's nothing we can do about that. We can scream from the rooftops, but they are a serious player in the gaming market. They have managed to shoehorn themselves in there. And unfortunately, now they're taking the attitude that censorship is a really great idea, and that games should only ever be viewed as shallow commercial entertainment experiences. That bothers me greatly.
And the thing that they actually address at the end of the article is the one major concern here is that with gaming, if you develop an iPhone game, you have no other outlet. If you make a book and then you send it to Apple and they're like, we're not going to publish this book, there's a million other ways you can publish it.
Yeah, I mean, you can just release the thing.
Or
that you can just release it on the internet as an ebook and sell it as pay what you want. But you're right, when you code something for iOS, it doesn't go on other platforms. You have no other options at all. Even on PC, if you make a game that Steam doesn't allow, there are other retailers you can go to, or you can sell it yourself, or you can release it for free. You can do all of these things. But the iOS platform is so locked down that there is no way to do that in a way that people will actually be able to play it. Yeah, you could do it with side loading and jailbreaking. Fuck that. No one's going to play it that way. And you've just spent a bunch of effort on a game that you're not going to be able to release now. And where do you draw the line? Because there are a number of games that have been developed over the course of 6 months to longer that are then just rejected even though they felt that they were complying with the conditions, because there are no fucking conditions. They make this shit up as they go along. You remember I don't know if you remember this, but the OnLive thing. Many people view that the downfall of OnLive was mostly down to the fact that Apple, for no reason at all, refused to put the OnLive app on the App Store. So you couldn't use OnLive on iOS devices. Needless to say, it went through on Android very easily and worked really, really well. iOS devices, where that service could have very well taken off, didn't get to play on that because Apple arbitrarily decided that they didn't want it there. It's the fuck. This is anti-free market in the worst possible way, not to mention the fact that it is quite literally holding back gaming and its perception. Surely.
Yeah.
This is a terrible thing.
I almost wonder if it has anything, if they're taking a stance, since the media's been blowing up about video game violence and the vice president's been meeting with CEOs of gaming companies and things like that, that maybe behind the scene they're trying to push that, and then Apple's just going ahead and being like, hey, we're taking this side,
Well, it seems to me like it's craven cowardice in that sense then, because Apple hasn't really cared about gaming ever, and they still kind of don't. But they do understand that it's a really awesome cash cow. Yeah. So they've set up their little ecosystem, and it's not so little, and they rake in a ton of cash, and they don't really want anything causing trouble, any controversy or anything like that. And yet, they don't apply to the forms of media. They admit, we view apps differently from books or songs, which we do not curate. Yeah? So they don't censor books, they don't censor songs, and one assumes they don't censor movies.
Just so stupid.
It's retarded. It's flat out, pants on head retarded. There's no other way of looking at it. It's like, who are you to judge what form of media is allowed to talk about certain things? It's bizarre. The very notion that you could stifle creative freedom in that way, we're not talking about stuff that is blatantly offensive here. Yeah, everyone understands the notion that you curate your store to prevent stuff like blatantly racist stuff, even though you do a terrible piss-poor job at that, to prevent flat-out nudity, sex scenes, like rampant drug abuse, the information about how to build a bomb, that kind of shit. This is fine. Everyone understands that. It's when you start to say, well, we don't feel that political games are appropriate. We don't feel that anything that deals with religion or anything like that, we don't feel that that's appropriate. It's like, the fuck? What is this, Syria?
Weird.
Doesn't the ESRB tell you about what's in the games if it's offensive or anything?
ESRB doesn't rate iOS games.
No, does it not?
No, it's got no involvement in that. And the funny thing is that Android does rate them. Yeah? It does rate them. And even then, it goes on in the article that says, if you want to talk about sex or whatever, make a medical app. So apparently it's okay there, but if it's in a game in any way, anything about anatomy or anything like that in a game, nope, can't do it because video games are not to be taken seriously.
Right.
I've been trying to look for this article, and I can't find it for the life of me, but I just heard it like 2 days ago. Essentially, Apple's worldwide market share is decreasing rapidly. Like, it's shrinking at a rapid rate.
Well, yeah, because it's completely outnumbered by Android devices.
And it's because the freedom of Android. The only problem is that it seems like developers still are more focused on getting their things on iTunes rather than
Yeah, I don't
anywhere
understand
else.
that.
Even though even though in the world, I think Android has 72% of all the phones like out there.
Yeah, it does.
And still, most of the developers are like, I need to get on iTunes.
There's a few reasons.
It's strange.
I think that it's been embedded in the psyche over the last few years that you can have a runaway hit on iOS, and yet a runaway hit on Android is much harder. And as to why that is, it's difficult to say. It may be the way that the chart system works and the way that search rankings and things end up working on iOS. I mean, we know all about that. We use YouTube, right? We know how ridiculous it can be when something just becomes a runaway hit because of certain circumstances that are almost completely beyond your control. And it seems like that happens more on iOS. So I think ever since the story years ago about that guy that made iShoot and essentially saved his family's house by doing that because it made like $1 million in 2 days, I think as a result of that, that's been ingrained into the psyche that we could have a runaway hit too. And they're not wrong. You know, iOS game sales are... A lot of people buy games on iPhones. Maybe even more than buy games on Android, but I don't have statistics to prove that one way or the other. Maybe I can find them over the course of the next few days. And always, there is also a piracy issue, but I don't feel that's really like rampant enough to really matter all that much, especially not when you're selling a 69-cent game. It's just easier. It is much easier for me to buy something on Android for 69 cents than it is to pirate the fucking thing and sideload it. It's not worth the hassle. Why bother? You know, it's Christ with a packet of crisps, but
I guess that actually makes sense. Morangi says that iPhones are a standard device. Android phones have much more wider range of specs.
That's true. Yeah.
That makes more sense. All right. That
even then, though, that only really accounts for games which are very, very graphically intensive. Plus, I might add that it's happening with iOS too. You can't play a lot of old games on the iPad 1 or on the old iPhones because they're simply not powerful enough. They have the same specs. What you mean is they have the same architecture. They have the same development environment. They do not have the same specs at all.
But
the
I also think
iPhone 1 versus the iPhone 5 is completely different in terms of power.
I also think that's marketing, though. Like, I'm sure there could be ways that you could play old games on or new games on old iPhones, but they'd rather not find a way to do that and just be like, just buy a new one.
Probably.
That'd be easy.
Yeah, I'm sure that's probably got something to do with it. And yeah, iOS has always been a very restrictive market. If you were to look at, say, Android, you can get emulators and stuff on Android, for instance. No problem at all. In fact, that's what a lot of people do with their phones. They get emulators so they can play SNES games and stuff. You can't do any of that on an iOS device at all. So
you can pay $8.99 to get Chrono Trigger. That doesn't work.
I was gonna say, like, most of them don't work at all.
I did get Final Fantasy Tactics. It works pretty good. It crashes every now and then.
Like you mean it.
All the Square Enix games are by far the most expensive games on iOS by country mile.
I did pay like $15 for it.
Yeah, enjoy that. Some of them are okay. I think I grabbed one on sale. I'm pretty sure I grabbed Tactics on sale, actually. It's like, this is okay for the most part.
Yeah. Apple's God complex they got over here. Whatever.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's it, isn't it? You know, Apple have done, in my opinion, nothing to help gaming at all. In fact, they have actively hurt it. They really have. You know, there is no cross-platform capability for any of this stuff. It is a completely walled garden development environment. And not to mention the fact that it has driven games down to the level where a lot of games just being released with shitty free-to-play models because it's the only way they can actually make money, because everything is rock bottom on the iOS store. Because it's completely oversaturated with 50 versions of the same fucking game. And not to mention the fact that Apple does nothing at all to stop rampant cloning. And I'm not talking about just borrowing game mechanics or making a similar game. I'm talking about stealing the fucking game and reskinning it.
Wasn't there a big issue about towers or something that was on that?
Tiny Tower and Dream Heights are the
Tower.
things you're thinking about here. Zynga did this. I believe Triple Town had a similar issue. I'm pretty sure someone stole Triple Town, essentially outright.
I think both of those have been shut down, though.
I'm not sure. Dream Heights definitely hasn't. Unless,
Really?
Yeah, that's still available. I can find it's right here. I'm looking at it right now. Dream Heights, Dream Heights by Zynga is still there. I don't know about the Triple Town thing. I know less about Triple Town than most people, but
I thought that they got it Oh, maybe not.
But that's because Triple Town sued them. Yeah, I've just found it here. Spry Fox, Yeti Town was the name of it. Basically, Spry Fox sued them because Apple wouldn't do shit, so Spry Fox sued them to get it done. You know?
Yay! It's so sad because, like, I feel like we can all agree that the mobile market is a very casual market. And that would be a really cool way to get some games that would be considered like, oh, this feels like more than a game. Like I feel like I'm really getting something out of this.
Yeah.
That would be an entirely different market of people to be like, oh, this is a very interesting game. This isn't just mindless.
This whole Syria war thing, like, that is very much just what you're describing there.
Yeah, and that entire market of people that maybe don't realize the potential for games aren't ever going to get the shot, you know?
No, they're not. What
It's
is
so
the
sad.
fear? You know, what is Apple afraid of here? I have to wonder. Who are they going to get criticized by? What are they scared of?
Anyone and everyone. They just
Why?
don't like
They're
bad
huge.
press.
Anybody.
Yeah. That's the whole thing I was
This
wondering
is
about
bad press.
the media jumping on games, that they're just like, we're scared.
Can we just have, you know, a few companies with backbone, please? Really, that would be actually kind of wonderful. I kind of criticized EA for the removal of those gun links from the Medal of Honor page, even though, you know, I find that the whole notion of putting here is where you buy the guns from the game to be kind of, you know, it's a bit cheesy. I think that's probably the worst thing I could say about it, is it's a bit cheesy. Is it encouraging psychopaths to go and slaughter school children? Fuck no, it isn't. You know, and there is no way that that should be removed from that. It is the kind of thing that developers and publishers must take a stand on, because if they keep capitulating to this rubbish, then what's going to happen is that the media can walk all over them over and over and over again. And by proxy, we get slandered as a result. We're gamers, ergo, there is a risk that we are actually closet psychopaths.
Is this our
Wonderful.
transition? Is that a very good transition to another article?
To closet
Wink, wink.
psychopaths?
I think so.
Yes.
No, not closets. President Obama, our dear friend, I call him the O factor. He and I,
The O factor.
yeah, he and I had a conversation. I call him the Obama, and apparently he is going to start looking at video games and its connection to violence and guns.
Christ, this has happened 8 fucking times.
Yeah,
that
maybe they
happens
should start looking
every
at
time.
parents.
They
Every
have done
time.
these studies. These studies have been done. And the stupid thing is, what really annoyed me is that just yesterday I reported on the fact that obviously Biden had his meeting, and he laid down 19 recommendations for curbing gun violence. Not a single one of them mentioned video games. Not fucking one. So,
Not
in
one.
other words, he did the meeting, realized this is bullshit, and came up with some more practical solutions. And, you know, we're not even going to talk about gun control here because it's political. It's got nothing to do with this show. What we're going to talk about is the very notion that violence even encourages violence in real life. Fantasy violence versus real violence, the idea of desensitization, and the fact that bloody hell, a man who should be far smarter than this, and is far smarter than this, he is, there's no question, says Congress should fund research on the effects violent video games have on young minds. Guess what? They already have, like 20 fucking times. Not to mention, it's not just America that's done it. The entire world has funded this research, and it's all come up with the same result. It doesn't do anything. Nothing. There is no causal link whatsoever. This is it's coming as part as according to the Gama Sutra article, as a $500 million program to curb gun violence in the US. And most of it is being spent in research. God damn it, guys. Come on. How much more money and time must we waste on this subject while ignoring the elephant in the room?
Really. I mean, back before I was a butcher, I worked at GameStop. And at GameStop, we were required to not sell violent games to anyone that's under the age of what is allowed by the ESRB.
Yep, same with
But-
I worked at Game for 3 years. They would actually fine you if you did that.
They would just fire us, and they probably would fine us. It never happened. But the kids, its parents, like, okay, there was a article, I think it was on CNN I saw. It's like a 12-year-old kid that was like, I'm going to give up violent video games like Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto. And I was like,
Yeah, that lasted.
how did you get these games? Did you,
Yeah.
That's a really good point, actually. Yeah.
Where did they come from exactly?
Yeah.
Pretty sure you didn't
Did you go-
buy them.
you go talk to your grandma and you're like, hey, grandma, I really want this game. And she's like, okay. And then my job was to stop him and be like, hey, this is who are you getting this for? Oh, my 8-year-old son. Well, here's a huge scroll of ESRB warnings depicting everything that this game has in it.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to get this?
Yeah.
Let me ask his parents. And
For all of the bad things I could say about my time working at Game, one thing I will not, criticize them for is the fact that they didn't tell you have no business kind of explaining to parents this kind of thing. If a kid's there and you see it, and you have the belief that it's going to be given to a minor, yes, you can explain to that person. You can't stop them from buying it. Like, you can't refuse the sale because that's ridiculous. But you can say, are you sure? And I've had to do it a number of times, and most of the time the parent turns around and had no idea.
Yeah.
No
it's like
idea.
on the box staring at him, and they're like, they've been looking at it for 30
Yeah.
minutes on the wall trying to decide if they want to get it or not, and they never see it.
So you're telling me that in order to solve the problems with our young children, you may have to actually parent and do your damn job. And wait, hold on. Learn about your children, what they play, what they watch, and what they're doing, and actually care? Wait, be involved in your child's life? But then when will you have time to go clubbing?
Yeah. Which is cool, but can I just point something out?
Weird.
That while that is, everyone at home is fist bumping going, fuck yeah, you're a populist. And you're right. But may I point out, this shouldn't even be a discussion, because there's no causal link between video game violence and kids. So why are we even worried about this? We're not. Why would we be?
Yeah, that's the thing, is that there is no link. And it's been proven countless times over and over again. And every time that, rather than place blame where blame needs to be placed, and I'll place blame, it's on guns, the mental health system, and the fact that no one in this country gives two shits.
Right.
Those are the, and if we didn't have other
touching
places in the world, have played the exact same batshit crazy games we do, and no one goes around shooting people up. That's guns. The people here, if you're a parent and your son or daughter is a little wacko and they have access to guns, maybe you should do your damn job and keep them away from it. Or if you can't, or you can't get them help, maybe the government should offer help to you for your son or daughter who there's something a little bit wrong with them, right? We don't even do that. All these things. There's so much to look at here, and they're like, what if we place the blame on shit that has actual no relevance with it? Good work.
Yeah.
Good work. Just because
things
the
happen.
industry isn't big enough to fight back, really. I mean, that's what it is. Guns can fight back. Mental health, like, no one is going to fight with that. And it's always music, and music's too big now. TV's too big now. Movies are too big now. Gaming is the only one left, and that's what they're going after.
Well, gaming will be big enough soon enough. The thing is that it also comes down to who owns game developers and who actually has an interest in making sure that this stuff goes the way that it does. And I feel that when larger media companies do get more involved in the game development scene, suddenly these things will start to disappear because the media won't be accusing them of that. Because, of course, the people that own those news networks will also own large game companies. And while there are some that are a little bit involved here and there, there's no big dedication to it whatsoever. But yeah, I mean, Warner's like the example I was brought up in the chat. Yeah, you're right. Warner owns a bunch of cable news networks. It also happens to own Warner, which does games. But I don't feel that their game development division is essentially large enough to be able to influence them. Like, as in, their cable news makes shitload more, and their movies make a shitload more than the games division does. So, let's be honest. The fucking sales of Bastion versus all of Warner Brothers movies. Yeah. Let's not even think that that's relevant yet. But it will.
It has to do with not understanding, and that's where they place the blame. The things they don't understand. Someone in chat said 10 years ago it was Marilyn Manson. Correct. No one. If you were in Congress 10 years ago, you didn't understand Marilyn Manson. He must be evil. Video games, I don't play those. I'm in Congress. They must be what's causing the problem because I don't know about them.
Yeah, it's funny because we haven't heard anything about Marilyn Manson encouraging massacres for about 10 years now at least.
Amazing.
So
Yeah.
it's funny how that's
still there.
suddenly
He
disappeared.
still exists. I don't know.
Yeah, he still makes
out.
music.
He's
So
biding his time.
Why is it
waiting.
suddenly less relevant now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wait,
Plotting.
because it was a scapegoat, and this is nice and easy. And
Bad
it's
things
also
happen, and
Yeah.
then people that don't know anything about anything have to blame something, and then it goes on the news, and then those people are like, yeah, it's gotta be games. They're shooting. Look what they're doing. They're murdering people,
Yep.
and then it turns to this big thing. I mean, I'm not gonna. I get blame where it may be. The media. If I can't name one victim of any of the bad things that have happened, but the people that did this are household names to some.
we
That's
have
a very good
talked in
point,
detail
yeah.
about that.
Okay. Well, I don't want to tread on old things.
It's
but I think
it's
much
mostly a case
bullshit.
like your points are completely valid. I just want to try and steer the discussion away from the political side of things and focus
Go ahead.
on the gaming side, because I think everyone's probably heard this a million times, and it still remains as true to this day. It's just I feel we can have a more interesting discussion just talking about this. The fact of the matter is that this research is a waste of time, and honestly, why the hell is it even happening? And why is someone this smart saying, yeah, it sounds like a really good idea? it's a populist move. It is designed to quell fear and nothing else, while
Absolutely.
wasting a shitload of money, which is extremely annoying.
Who cares about that
I
deficit?
like how that's the assumption that it'll quell fear. Like, well, now that we know that games aren't associated, we're all good. No.
No, people just want to know that something's being done. Like, they don't care if it actually gets done. They want the... I'm going political again. Stop, 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 stop!
It's so hard.
We don't talk about politics and religion on this show. It's not a good idea. Oh, and
How do
you
you
can
guys
say...
feel about Jesus?
It's like... he's like F tier
Pretty cool, too.
in most fighting games, I feel.
Jesus will be playing video games right now, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, Team Fortress 2, bro, let's go. Like, all right, JC, let's rock. That's all I do. That's my religious comment of the day. Question that, bitches.
Yeah, it's just... the fact of the matter is it has no relevance to our show, so we don't discuss it, but... Yes.
Should we move on to titties then?
Let's move on to titties. That sounds like a good idea.
Yes,
Yeah.
that has relevance on this show.
Yes, it does. Yes, so
Everybody
let
loves
us
titties.
let us cover the most wondrous of things. So, as it turns out, Deep Silver are full of idiots and decided it would be a wonderful idea to release, or at least for pre-order at any rate, a custom special edition for the forthcoming game Dead Island Riptide. And of course, what would be within it but a parody of the Venus de Milo. What I really mean by that is, of course, an amputated, decapitated, gory woman's torso who happens, of course, to also be wearing a thong bikini. And it turns out that upset a few people. Who'd have fucking thunk it, right?
Look. For as gross as it is, she has got near perfect tits. I'm just saying.
They're so
Near
perky.
perfect. Near perfect. That girl,
What I
when she was alive, would have been gorgeous. Unless she was a butterface, in which case that explains the decapitation.
That's true. She might have been a butterface. But I love that the comments are filled with both, people being like, this is gross and misogynistic, and then the rest of them are, this is just a fucking ugly statue. Like, why would anybody
and
want this?
that's the valid point, isn't it? Like, let's not even think about misogyny here, because like there was clearly no misogynistic intent here. It was just a bunch of dumb fucking marketers. Yes, you can do this exact thing in the game. There are the zombies wearing the bikinis were in the original Dead Island. They're in Riptide as well. You can slice them up like that if you like. Don't know why you would, but you can do that. You can spend a bit of time working on your piece of art or whatever. But can we just stop having really shitty statues in collector's editions? I mean, really now? It makes the whole industry feel puerile to me. And it's not even a case of it just being a dismembered torso. It just little shitty figures. I mean, it's the goddamn gaming equivalent of a Happy Meal. Why are we paying shitloads of money for a crappy little toy? Or Kinder Surprise. There's an example. Kinder Surprise from the UK. Banned in the US, I might add. Because, of course, apparently it's a choking hazard. Horrible chocolate. Nasty little toy. Nasty little fucking toy. It's a chocolate egg with shitty chocolate. Inside is a plastic orange egg, which has a shitty little toy in it. And you pay a bunch of money for this awful, awful chocolate. This is what collector's editions are. They're fucking Kinder Surprise.
Yeah. We had something like that called a Wonder Ball. And it'd be like, a wonder, what's in a
Wonder
Wonder Ball? And you open it.
What's in
But
Wonder
kids would
Ball?
choke on it. Kids would eat the whole thing and just choke to death on a Wonder Ball. So we had idiots like that here. Don't you worry, rest of the world. We're just as bad as you.
Oh, yeah.
But with this thing, this pack, I guess, is only in the EU and UK and I guess maybe Australia.
Australia, yes.
'Cause the
Hilariously,
ones
in
US,
Australia, the land of censorship is okay with this.
Funny enough, in the US, our version of the collector's edition is not this. You get a room key. You get some like in-game stuff. You get a like travel case, like a suitcase to carry stuff, and then you get
right.
a little hula doll that's like a zombie hula girl doll. That's it. That's like a
that's
much
an
more
interesting
sensible
little novelty, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's still
That's
dumb
much more
shit,
sensible.
but
Yeah,
you can
dumb,
understand
but
it.
sensible.
But, who really goes out there saying, you know what would really make my collector's edition? You know what would really push me over the edge to purchase that? A dismembered amputee zombie woman torso. That sounds like the kind of thing I want on my desk.
And I love the quote that they're using as like to market it is, it makes a striking conversation piece on any discerning zombie gamer's mantle. And I'm like, no one would put that up anywhere.
Yeah,
This
like,
is a
dude,
terrible
why do you have
parody. It's just they don't know it's a parody. It is. That's actually hilarious if it were a joke. This is the kind of thing I would expect on The Onion. Not a real thing. A striking conversation piece to fucking who? Like, anyone looks at that, they're gonna quickly spin around and walk out the nearest exit. It's like, oh, you're great. You're a psychopath. Wonderful.
Dude, look at the tits and that mutilated body.
Oh, jizz, bro. Oh my god.
I really don't understand it. I have an issue in general with collector's editions unless it gives me something.
As do I.
Like, I'll buy sometimes collector's editions of digital games because they don't give you any like junk to put in your room. It's like there's cool stuff in the game.
Skins and shit like that, or like the first DLC pack for free. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
Like, there's limited edition. You get it. Like the Skyrim one has a giant statue of like Alduin in it and things like. I was like, that's cute, but where the hell am I gonna put that? Like, in what life am I ever gonna have room for any of this?
So
crap?
much shit as game commentators sent to us. We really do. Like, I have game developers all the time asking for my address to send me tat.
They're actually coming to kill you.
Oh yeah, there's that too. That's why I give them the PO box. They turn up and they're horribly disappointed.
They wait there.
It's like, wow, he lives in a post office. Fuck. But the. Also, congrats.
You're that rich. You own a post office.
Yeah, can I just congratulate you, Jesse? By the way, you just Jesse, you just hit 400k subscribers. You're getting praise. Congratulations. Well done. Anyway,
Good job.
Yes, congratulations. But I mean, most of the time I get sent like awful stuff.
10k guy. Screw you. Oh yeah, great. Good work, asshole.
I never said that. Holy shit, I was being nice, motherfucker.
I'm playing with you.
Now I've learned my lesson, and that will never happen again. So, you bastard.
Never be nice again.
Indeed. Well, what was that? Fuck, I've completely forgotten. Yeah, occasionally I'll get sent something like the Doc Clock and the Toasted Sandwiches Time Guys, like a little indie company, sent me a nice little piece of art from the game in a frame that was signed. That's nice. I can put that on my wall. That's nice. You send me a bunch of plastic tat, and I don't care. I really, honestly do not care. And I don't know if you've ever seen any of like the giant bomb mail bags. You always see the shit that developers and publishers send them, like the stupidest crap. It's like nobody wants this, and yet the funny thing is, we as gaming commentators, as reviewers or journalists, whatever the fuck you want to call us, it doesn't matter. We hate this stuff, and yet some gamers are willing to buy it as part of a collector's edition.
You know, here's the thing that I think is really funny that sorry, Ken, I'll shut up here in a minute.
I wouldn't even fix anything.
The thing that I think is funny is it's that whole like I have to have it mentality, but then when you get it, it's like, why did I want this in the first place?
This is dumb.
Especially at conventions. Dodger knows this. At E3 and at PAX, I was like, oh, the loot!
Everything!
And I run around, and then I have 3 bags full of it, and I was like, what am I going to do with this crap? So I had just had a contest on my channel that was like, hey, I'm going to give away 3 bags of convention swag, because I'm never going to use it. And it's just like, I wanted to get it because it looked awesome at the time, and then I was like, why the hell did I get this crap? So I was like, you can have it. And I think that's what it is. It's the idea of like, oh God, that's something neat that I need to have. And then when you get it, again, I can see someone being like, oh, wow, cool, like, I'm really into zombies and violence and tits, so maybe I could get this. And then when you have it in your hands, the realization, like, I can never show this to anyone, ever. Ever.
Yeah.
You should put it on your shelf behind you.
I should. I have a giant sperm up there, so I might as well put it next to it.
That's true.
You know, have like Domo come looking at it.
Just put it in your window right there. Yes.
Oh my God.
The sperm?
Don't worry, guys. We figured it all out.
Put the sperm in the window. Let the ladies know.
Open for business. Just turn on the open sign. A little sperm. TV still not like half paying attention. His eyes went like, what?
Pretty much.
Oh, shit.
It's a good idea.
It is a good idea.
Yeah. So I think our conclusion is this fucking thing's stupid. Why would you buy it?
It is.
Yeah.
Pretty much that. But I would just like to put my opinion out there that we should throw the notion of even bringing the whole misogyny thing completely out of the window on this one. There are real issues with that and a bunch of other stuff when it comes to games. We are a fairly immature industry, unfortunately, and we deal with a lot of subjects very, very badly. The notion that a lot of developers seem to have suddenly come onto the fact that, you know what's really good for generating drama in our game and making people take us seriously? Rape. Let's talk about that. That sounds like a fantastic plan. And it's like, your writers are too immature to handle this. And there's no way in a million years that this will ever be addressed properly.
And even if in the game it was addressed properly, right? They still, the PR people, is like, the game has rape in it, so that's the thing. Like, no, that's not
Don't
the
even
case.
mention it. Don't even mention it. This is the whole thing with the
thing.
Tomb Raider thing. This should never have come up. It should never have come up. The scene or whatever it is that they have should have been played by the gamers when it came out. It will have been seen in context, and then people can make the judgment as to whether or not it was appropriate to essentially broach the subject. Yeah, this was the same, I might add. Dead Island, funnily enough, also had a scene like that, and they handled that extremely badly because, again, the people that write these games suck. They're really, really bad at handling it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I
it did
totally
have it.
forgot.
Yep.
I forgot about. If you haven't played Dead Island, the most annoying girl in the world gets kidnapped by men, and in like the worst way possible, I guess she maybe got raped. You don't even
It's
know.
confirmed in the novel, apparently. So it definitely
is-
happened.
They have a
the
novel?
fact that the game
Yeah, there is a
rushes
novel.
over it so
Jesus
easily,
Christ.
the game's like, whatever.
That's no
It's-
big deal. Like, don't use that as a plot device. That makes you look like an idiot. You know.
And the problem is the character was so bad, you really didn't care either way. You're like, whatever. Just
She
let's
probably
finish
liked
this
it.
damn game.
Oh, that's-
Wow. There
yeah.
you go. Thank
Now
you.
we're going to
That's
dark
the end of the
fucking
podcast.
places. And this is the thing, isn't it? That this is the kind of subject that needs to be approached in a grown-up manner by people that are talented enough to get the message across without fucking it up. And unfortunately, most game developers are currently not able to do that. And now we're in this situation where the whole notion of misogyny and all this kind of stuff is completely diluted. And we can't discuss it properly because nobody's grown up enough to do it. And whenever we bring up misogyny, suddenly there's the whole misandry crowd pops out of the woodwork, and then the guys that laugh at the misandry crowd's like, oh, you're so beta, you know, do you even lift, and all this bullshit. You know, it's like, this guy looked at a shake weight once, so he's an alpha male, right? But, yeah, this is why we can't have nice things. This is why we can't discuss this stuff. And it funnily enough, ties into that whole Devil May Cry thing. We can't discuss it because gamers are vocal fucking idiots. And they need to sort this out. They really, really do. This element of the community needs to be excised. It needs to be removed. And until we can do that, or at least shut them the fuck up, then we can't have good discussions. And we can't really deal with developers properly because we can't be trusted not to throw a tantrum on Metacritic.
Yeah, if they sent me that thing, these tits in the mail, I'd probably touch them once to see if they're soft before I threw it away.
Look,
And I will guarantee you'll be disappointed by them.
Ken is an honest man. I'm not even going to lie. I would do that too. I would at least once to be like, look, I got a feeling. Look, I have to.
They're right
No,
here.
I have to know. I have to know.
This-
What am I getting here?
If I throw this away and don't try it, it'll keep me up at night. I'll be like,
The man speaks the truth. And any guy out there who didn't see those and goes like, look, I'd touch him once. You are a liar because you know you would. Speaking truth. More power to you,
truths.
Ken.
thank
Yep.
you, thank you. How about you, Dodger?
Impressive. If they made it so the whole thing was soft, I'd be like, you went to work for this ugly thing.
Can we get an actual woman's opinion on this subject?
Would be
On what
handy.
subject?
Dodger, would you touch the tits once to see if they're soft?
Yeah, of course I would.
No, that's not what I meant. But I'm glad we
Oh,
have an answer to that. Yeah, no, I'm
That was
okay
good,
with that.
useful information.
No,
Thank you.
I
I thought so.
meant on the
That's
issue.
why I wanted to specify.
I meant on the issue
And
of
sorry, go.
on the issue of the actual like games and their focus on men and the sort of like misogynistic. You hopefully have been paying attention.
I have been. I agree that like everything needs to be handled better. I think that one of the things that will help with that is that we have more and more women getting into the game developer circle and like starting to help create storylines and the actual games themselves. It's just like whenever there's an argument about how white people are terrible at writing anybody who isn't white, right? And then they say, well, they need to.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong at all. But the thing is that one of the keys to helping that scenario is supporting more writers that aren't white, right? And reading things from other countries and understanding that. It's along the same lines, I think, where we need to have more women making games, especially these AAA titles, so that you don't wind up with the scenario where they're like, no, we're going to write strong women, or we're going to give these women, you know, these big motivations that are really going to empower them, and have it just wind up falling flat because
Yeah,
they
and
don't really
Lightning.
understand.
Lightning.
Lightning, fair point.
It's like, so that's my feelings on it. I think that it's one of those things that's going to be fixed gradually, and I'm glad that they're trying, but I think we just need more women involved in the process to create believable strong women and not strong women with quotations.
Yeah,
You know?
and worse as well. The whole idea of vulnerable women it's a logical thing for some games. Like, you're gonna have to have vulnerable characters. That's
Absolutely.
and more
Men and
often than
women
not,
alike.
they'll be women, especially when they happen to be in settings like medieval settings and things like that. It doesn't necessarily make sense to have a lot of strong women in that because of
Right.
just the way that society happened to be. The problem is that when it's written by men, it ends up being utterly terrible. Like, the main problem I have with all of this is that it makes for bad writing and bad video games. And I want to see more interesting characters. And it was interesting that you mentioned earlier the whole idea of bringing in ideas from other cultures. Yes, we actually do need that, and we need writers from other countries involved in these developments so that we can have different kinds of experiences within video games. And if we don't get that, then we're going to have a dumb industry that is essentially really stuck in this nasty pubescent kind of era, and that will never move past that. And if you look at television and if you look at film, then you will very clearly see that people are making TV and film from every country on the planet, from
Yes,
every
definitely.
perspective on the planet. The people that write these things are always diverse, and they're always then able to provide good perspectives, which is why you get good characters and why you get good storylines in these things. You still get garbage. Lots of television and movies are garbage.
Plenty of garbage. Yeah.
But you also get a hell of a lot of really good stuff that is able to handle these subjects without completely botching it.
Yeah. And from year to year, even, you can see them making more strides that way. Whereas with gaming, I haven't seen a lot of strides in that direction. So,
Well, I think we are in like that sort of awkward attempt to make strides there, and not knowing how to handle it for games, because like you can see that they're trying. They're actively like, okay, we're gonna approach really deep, really controversial subjects. They just don't know how to do it. And the problem is
Right.
that a lot of the times it comes off as really ham-fisted, or even worse, insulting and offensive. And it goes back. I mean, it goes back to in Resident Evil 5, when it came off as being like a bunch of white people in Africa just shooting Africans.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was
yeah.
that was the big controversy. There's so many ways they could have handled that and made it not that, but that's what it became because they didn't handle it very well. It was, you were just shooting Africans, like that's what it was.
I remember that. Yep.
And so
That was
and
a
that's-
fun time.
there's
That
there's
was a
a real
great time in the
problem
media.
there where they're really actively trying to move on, but because they don't know how to handle it, what they create is easily ripped apart.
Yeah.
And
They're
yeah,
stumbling
so
completely.
we're on the path.
We're getting there.
Give it time, and a lot of bad games will eventually get there.
Yeah. And there are more development companies in other countries that are getting spotlight too, which is kind of nice. So we're getting games that were actually made in other countries and by people of other cultures, and they're getting imported here and not just from like Asian countries, you know. So
Yeah.
it's a thing,
It's the thing.
internet.
I have nothing to add.
Thanks, Kat.
That's okay, you have a beard. Don't even worry about it.
Is that it for news? Are we done? I mean, we can talk about the Disney
TV
Skylanders
just
game.
went to a commercial. He just
Yeah,
like,
I went to a commercial 3
just
minutes
went
ago.
to
Did I
the
not tell you? Sorry.
God, whatever.
That was a pretty
we
good
didn't.
discussion. I'm like happy with the last hour of this show. That was good. That was good shit. But we can now talk about releases before we go to break, and then we can do a few trailers
let's-
here and there and do some stuff. Yeah.
Yay.
All right.
Wait, are you?
Let's
You
talk-
didn't go to commercial, did you?
No, I'm joking,
No.
you jackass.
Let's Josh and
I had to go turn on the stream, and I was like, wait a minute. What the butts?
No,
Anyway.
that did not happen. All right, well, let's take a look at releases this week. So, let's see. We had Devil May Cry, obviously, come out yesterday in the US on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. The scheduled release date for that is... Oh, no, it's actually came out on the 15th in Europe as well. Simultaneous release, very rare. It's coming out on PC on the 25th, so you've got to wait 2 weeks for it. So if you want to play an action game in more than 30 frames per second with amazing new technology, that has existed for the last 20 fucking years, then you can play it on PC in 2 weeks. So hopefully I'll have a chance to try that out. Apparently the PC version is looking pretty good, according to Rock Paper Shotgun, so we'll see how that turns out. Sniper Ghost Warrior, coming out also on January the 15th. That would be yesterday. PS3, Xbox, and PC. Really? When the fuck did it come out on PC? It's not on Steam. The hell happened? Did I miss this game completely?
Maybe.
What game?
I have a feeling this list is wrong. Hang on. Unless, of course, it came out in EU earlier. Sniper Ghost Warrior 2. Sniper Ghost Warrior wasn't a very good video game. And according to this, it's out now, but it's not. Steam says available Q1 2013, so unless they're doing some really weird stuff with it in terms of not releasing digitally, which would be stupid, then yeah. So I don't know what the hell's going on with that. This is actually really weird. I'm just trying to find out why my release list isn't right. Sniper Ghost Warrior 2, I don't see any reviews for it. This doesn't look like it's out yet. Release date is March the 12th, so this release date list is completely wrong, so please ignore that.
Yay!
That was complete total
Nice.
bollocks.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's okay. We can wait 2 more months for that awful game. Although, you never know, it might be better. Also,
Still
Corpse
wouldn't miss
Party Book of Shadows popped up on the PlayStation Network, PSP.
Oh, that's right.
Yep. So, that's a pretty good PSP game that's actually worthy of your attention. You might want to look into that. On the 18th of January, we have another scenario for Spellforce 2 for no reason. This is a game that came out, 6 or 7 years ago and now is inexplicably being re-released in pretty much the same form and is producing a bunch of expansions. Why? I could not tell you, but Faith in Destiny Scenario 2, The Golden Fool is coming out... yeah. It's coming out on the
That's a
18th.
That's the
Great
longest
title.
name I've heard.
Yeah.
That's a great title.
Yeah, that's coming out on the 18th. That's wonderful.
The Golden Fool.
Yep. We also have new Sly Cooper game, Thieves of Time. That's actually a big deal, coming out on the 22nd of January. That is going to be available on PS Vita and PS3. I think that might be a cross-play game, actually, in which case, like, you buy PS3, you get Vita for free. I'd have to double-check that. It sounds like the kind of thing they would do. Let's
Nice.
have a
Very
quick
nice.
look.
It may have already came out, the XCOM free update. Has
Yes,
that happened yet?
yes. XCOM Second Wave. Is that out yet? I don't think it is. It might not be.
Let's find
Kind of
out.
excited about that.
Yep, XCOM Second Wave. Yeah, it is available. Available as of a week ago, in fact. So that free DLC is available. It's a bunch of different options. You only unlock them by beating the game. So that means about 99% of people aren't going to play them. But hey, there you go. It happens. It happens. And what else do we have? Dungeon Land on PC. We're going to be playing that in the next couple of days. Myself, Dodger, Jesse, and most likely the missus. Dungeon Land is a 4-player game where it's the Dungeon Master versus 3 other players. And it's kind of isometric hack and slash. And it's hilarious
Fun.
because it's all in a theme park. And there are crazy creatures wearing party hats and all sorts of wonderful things.
Yay.
So Dungeon Land's going to be great. We're going to be bringing you a video of that in the next couple of days, and you will enjoy that video because every time I've played that game through development, like I played it pre-alpha and it was hilarious. It's still hilarious. So there you go.
Wow, Jesse, wow.
Jesse,
I'm letting them know they'll enjoy it.
He's so violent.
You will like
You
it.
will. This
Like
must happen.
this.
Yep. 22nd of January in the US, Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White
Yeah.
Witch. This is kind of a big deal because that game has got really good reviews so far and is by Level 5, who make amazing video games and, of course, by the artists behind Spirited Away. So I would recommend that you at least have a look at that if you even have a passing semblance of an interest in JRPGs. That looks great. Also, The Cave, the new game from... Where's his name gone out of my head? The guy, Dare the Tentacle guy. That guy. Double Fine. God damn it,
Sorry.
guys. It's
Sorry,
completely-
I got distracted because somebody tweeted at me, how can you be upset about the boob statue when your mouse pad is boobs?
It's not quite the same thing.
Those are way softer than that would be.
Yes, exactly.
They're really soft.
This is not the same thing at all.
It's not the
but
same.
okay. Ron Gilbert is the name that I was thinking of. The creator, of course, behind Monkey Island and Maniac Mansion. Double Fine have come up with The Cave, which is coming out on PC as well as Xbox 360 and Mac. I don't believe there's no PS3 release date on this yet. I don't know why that is. It may just be missing from my list, but that's coming out on the 23rd. Also, keep an eye out for Strike Suit Zero, which is available for pre-order, I believe, on GOG on PC. It's PC exclusive. It's a space game. We haven't had one of those in a long time. It does involve some kind of Japanese mecha-y thing, but it looks pretty good regardless. So that's on its way to you on the 24th of January, as well as Might and Magic Clash of Heroes is coming out on iPhone and iPad, so I need an excuse to buy a third version of that game. So there you
Yeah.
go. I guess that'll work, right? And that's pretty much about it. Also, the next couple of weeks in terms of important releases. Meta City of Gangsters is coming out at the end of the month. We can't really talk about that yet, but it'll be fun when we do. And that pretty much covers it, I think. Unless anyone else can think of anything we missed.
I think that's it.
Pretty much it.
I might have gotten distracted. One of our good friends, Muzzafuzza, he apparently is wanted for murder in Sweden.
What?
Click that link I sent you and post that on the live stream. That dude is a
What?
dead ringer. I just posted that. He looks exactly like
He
him.
looks so much like him.
Oh.
What?
Muzza needs to go underground. 'Cause that dude is exactly like him.
It looks something like this, guys. Holy shit. Well,
That is him. That is exactly.
Oh, and then they got
there's
They got the Jabberwockies robbing them too.
There is.
I guess they got
nothing-
bored of their shows in Vegas, right? Good God.
Holy crap! That's not even like, oh, it's kind of cute, kind of like, that is a dead.
It's a
That's
spitting
terrifying.
image.
Wow. I just tweeted Muzz. I was like, run! They're coming!
Get out!
Yeah, correction, by the way.
Wow.
Strike Suit Zero is actually coming out a day early. Sweet! 23rd. And I should mention, Path of Exile open beta on the 23rd. This is kind of a big deal because it's the last character wipe, which means it's essentially a release of the video game. Good stuff. Path of Exile, really awesome, basically a Diablo clone that is free to play and looks phenomenal. So if you're looking for something that is darker than Diablo 3, then you can either go with My Little Pony Fighting as Magic, or you can go with Path of Exile, whichever you prefer.
My Little Pony is what I would go with that.
All right, this is probably a good time to take a quick break. When we come back, we can do all the other stuff that we usually do on
Run,
this show.
Muzza! Run!
Yes, go into hiding, bro. We'll be right back. Yeah, we are. We're going back live. Welcome back to the Game Station
hi.
Podcast.
Hi.
That was nicely timed. That worked really well.
Oh, thank you.
So, we just had an hour of kind of hard-hitting real talk stuff. It's almost like we're pretending to be journalists or something.
Who are we?
I don't even know who you
We
are.
make videos on the internet. Yeah. It's kind of the
Yeah.
same as people writing blogs on the internet. Pretty much the same thing. It's all about video games regardless, so who cares?
Are we gonna watch trailers?
Yeah, let's watch trailers. It's fun.
I hope so.
Well, he don't.
Journalistic content involved in that. So, do we want to start with Cyberpunk?
I
Yes.
do. I do.
Yeah, I thought you might. All right.
I'm officially a member of their squad. I'm so
Christ,
excited.
you are such a shill. Cyberpunk 2077 teaser trailer
whatever.
coming your way right now. If you haven't seen it, might want to watch this. If you have seen it, you might want to watch this again.
Come touch me like I'm an ordinary man. Have a look in my eyes. Underneath my skin there is a violence. It's got a gun in its hands. Ready to make sense of anyone, anything, anyone, anything, anyone, anything, anyone, anything, anyone, anything. Black holes living in the side of your face. Razor wire spinning around your 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 bullets of the beauty of the blistering sky. Bullets of the beauty and I don't know why. Bullets of the beauty of the blistering sky. Bullets of the beauty and I don't know why. Personal responsibility. Personal responsibility.
Thanks everyone is medic fix. Taking a 74-year-old male.
14 people are dead, 4 others suffered serious injuries. Police have a suspect.
Personal responsibility. Personal responsibility. Personal responsibility. Personal responsibility.
Well, there you go. Probably one of the best CG trailers I've seen in a very long time. Also, what a good fucking soundtrack. That was a great choice of song for that trailer. There's no real question. That reminds me of how good the whole Gears of War Mad World thing went down. That's except this is a far less depressing song.
One of the things that I think was really funny is the reaction from a lot of journalists on the internet was this again is misogyny because there's a woman in a submissive position and these men are like above her shooting at her. And I was
submissive
like,
position? She's got blades on her fucking arms. How is that a submissive position?
That's the best part is I wanted to actively, like, this is the first time I was ever going to mail a journalist and be like, dude, she killed 14 people. There's nothing submissive. Like, they just caught her. There is zero. She just murdered dudes. She's got bloody blade arms. Did you even watch
She's
this?
also not a woman. I'm pretty sure she's a robot.
Robot, right? And they're like, no,
Menace
that's
blades.
just misogyny. And that, and if you weren't aware, and I think I know, I don't remember who got it first, but I know that Angry Joe posted it. That scene at the very end of the trailer where there's a flash of like text. In that text is
Witcher
code,
3.
and that
Yep.
code says Witcher 3,
Yes,
which is
it
pretty
does.
great.
Yep. The funny thing about this is that the teaser's been put out way before the release. Like, they're actually predicting a 2015 release for this game. I mean, this game was announced a while ago, but this is like just a little piece that says, hey, and I think they used it really more to announce Witcher 3 news coming soon than anything else.
February 5th, I think, is when
Yeah,
that,
what
that's
it
supposed to
indicates is that the majority of the CG Projekt Red team is working on Witcher 3. They are actively recruiting for the Cyberpunk team. The development of that is going, but obviously it's going to take a while. And by the sounds of it, once they've done Witcher 3, which is predicted to come out in 2014, then everyone moves over to finish off Cyberpunk. And then they're looking for a 2015 release on that, which is a surprisingly forward-thinking attitude. I mean, we don't really hear a lot about games that are coming out in 3 years anymore, unless, of course, we happen to be looking at Kickstarter. And even then, like, when was the last time you saw a Kickstarter that had a predicted release of 2015? Like, even some of the big stuff, like Project Eternity, I think is still a 2014 release.
Right. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with them being of the same mindset that very few game companies have now. Where I like how I said same. I was trying to think of another company, but I couldn't. They have the mindset of like, look, it's old school Blizzard. Like, look, we'll finish it when we finish it.
Mm-hmm.
It's that kind of mindset that I love. So they're like, look,
It's ready.
it's ready when it's ready, and that's very few games. There are a lot of games that are sort of like, look, you have until the 5th of February, get it done. So I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
I like the way Blizzard does it and takes their time and comes out with good games. It's amazing.
We'll have to see. I mean, they need a new IP. We'll have to see if Project Titan is anything, because you can only say when WoW is your thing and you keep making expansions, that's okay. And then StarCraft is expansions now, and then Diablo is expansions now. They have nothing like new in the pipeline, except for this Titan thing. So who knows? Who knows? And we can say, look, I like Blizz, but we can say Diablo 3 is a flop. So
What was it, Error 5? You can't log on.
33, I believe.
33?
Was it 37?
everyone had a different
37.
error.
Well, there was an error
There was
33
an
as well,
error.
so... Oh, we're looking forward to the Heart of the Swarm release and wondering whether or not that's going to happen with us in the middle of a tournament. That's going to be great.
Oh.
God damn it. But, yeah, Cyberpunk is coming, and you'll probably have forgotten about it by the time it actually comes out. But I'm sure they will bring you more. It's just, I like to see those CG trailers every now and again, just because they look great. I don't even care if it's got no gameplay. Of course it's got no gameplay. It's 2 years away. But it looks great. And it excites me for the game and the atmosphere and the aesthetic and the ambience that that game's going to offer. We hope.
No.
Or they might fuck it up. In which case, Cyberpunk will be dead for another 20 years. GG.
No.
I hope not.
When was 2020? When did that come out?
Cyberpunk 2020? Long ass time ago.
'Cause
Long
It was
time.
a tabletop game, right?
I believe so. If I
'Cause
recall
here's
correctly,
the
wasn't
thing.
there a game of it as well?
No, yeah, I think there was a game.
Yes.
But
Was
the
there?
idea, I actually asked the guys at CD Projekt because I was like, hold on, what city does this game take place in? And they're like, Night City. I was like, wait, whoa, this is it hit me after the fact. I was like, wait, so this is Cyberpunk 2020? I didn't even register with me that it was the
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah, Cyberpunk was a pen and
I forgot
paper.
it existed.
Yeah.
I forgot it existed.
Very much a
Like,
pen and paper. Apparently there's a new edition coming out of it, which is pretty neat.
Maybe in line with the release of the new game.
It might happen, yeah. Possibly.
Maybe.
I guess depending on what the consoles do, I wonder if it'll be next gen or not.
They definitely said. I know this is a fact that it was quoted
It
by
definitely will be.
one of the guys on. Oh, crap, what's his name? Erwinski, I think maybe that was one of them. Was talking about how it was Witcher 3 is next gen console. They're definitely pushing for that. So that tells you how long that's gonna be before we get that.
Yeah. I believe Dodger actually has to leave now. Yeah, so...
I do. I was just about to be like, whoa, with that.
Yeah, the time, yeah. I was just about to say, yes. Dodger's got to leave. She's got important things to do, so...
Those of you who watch my showskis and stuff, all I'll say is I am about to go solve all my car issues for good, and I will have my car back. That's what's happening right now, and I'm very, very excited about it. So, I hope that you guys have a lovely podcast. And bye.
Thank God. Now we can talk about plastic tits again.
Where them tits at?
Yep. The camera's going to stay on the ceiling, by the way,
What is that on
because
the
otherwise
ceiling?
it screws the overlay up. So we're just leaving it on. Yeah, there you go.
Go, we don't want you here!
All right, so let's move on, shall we? We're going to have a look at Ekinero Demon Hunters, which is, I believe it's in open beta right now. And I think American McGee is involved in it, if I recall correctly.
Oh, Lord.
That reaction, priceless. Absolutely priceless. But completely and totally understandable. Let's have a look at some gameplay. This is a gameplay piece from a few months ago. The game just got through green light, so it will be coming to Steam. And let's take a look. All right, there you go, folks. A look at Ekinero Demon Hunters. That's going to be a free-to-play game coming to PC and tablets, which, unfortunately, I heard tablets, and then suddenly I'm like, oh. Because if I'm going to play an ARPG, I want to make sure that it's mechanically smooth and it's a really nice experience on keyboard and mouse, and it worries me slightly that it's also coming to tablet devices, and it may very well not actually achieve that. Concerning.
Yeah, no, I really like the art style. I'm not sure I'm down with the Diablo feel of it, but I love the art style. It looked great.
Like the cell shade graphic kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a little bit of ink in there as well, kind of a Japanese orient styled ink stuff, which is very Akami-esque.
I was just about to say that, yeah.
Yep. I like the design of the enemies and things like that, and that because obviously it is influenced by Japanese stuff. It's like, oh, goblins and demons and stuff. It's like, no, it's just some really interesting stuff that's kind of out there.
It looked kind of like the gameplay on the end of the video when I guess he was fighting bosses. Sort of kind of like a DPS race, and I guess maybe he'll do an AoE that you run out of. But other than that, it didn't look like a whole lot of placement for the fights. Just from that video.
It's hard to say, really. I mean, it is a short piece of gameplay. So the beta, I think, it's actually an open beta right now, so you can try it out for yourself. It is, of course, coming out quite soon. And funnily enough, the story is based on Little Red Riding Hood being thrown into the setting of feudal demon-infested Japan. And it's like, all credit to American McGee for all of the bullshit that is created in, like, bad games. He always has some really nice ideas. So
that's a kind of creative idea. I like that.
Yeah, let's see if that actually works out. I don't mind the idea behind stuff like Alice. I just thought that it wasn't a very good game.
Yeah.
And that was unfortunate because we're not complaining about the art style or the ideas. We're complaining about the mechanics. So when it comes down to an ARPG, it's almost all about the mechanics. If the mechanics don't feel good, the ARPG is dead. Dead.
Yeah.
So we'll see if he can pull this off. I'm intrigued. It's actually by a company called Spicy Horse, who I believe were also responsible for Alice. So it's an interesting idea.
Are you playing as Red Riding Hood?
Yes, you are playing as Red Riding Hood. That is your
The Demon Hunter.
character. Yeah.
The Demon Hunter.
Yes, Red Riding, which sounds ridiculous, except for the fact that I just saw a trailer yesterday for the movie
Hansel and Gretel
Witch Hunters. It's like, well, I watched Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. I wonder if this is even remotely similar. I'm going to go with
It will
probably
be
not.
bad, and I will be first
It
in
looks
line to see it.
absolutely stupid, and I will go
Horrible.
and watch it.
I don't know the name of the main dude, but looks like he's going down the Jason Statham.
Hawkeye.
Playing the
Hawkeye.
same.
The guy who
His
played
name.
Hawkeye, yeah.
He's Hawkeye.
Probably one of the
playing
weakest
Hawkeye
characters
again.
in the Avengers, but, you know.
He knows one role. He does it.
Yep. If you want to sign up for the open beta, it's actually really easy. You just head over to spicyworld.spicyhorse.com, and you will find a big, like, little Japanese demon that says, sign up for the open beta, and you must obey.
Nice.
It's spicy.
It is indeed. There was some odd stuff going on with this, wasn't there, though? Because this is actually ended up on Kickstarter, and there's a little bit of controversy with it, because the game's almost done, and yet they're then asking for $200,000 of money to make the game better.
Huh.
don't-
Indeed.
I almost feel like I disagree with the whole make the game better, but I feel like that's a better investment than most Kickstarter things.
'Cause at
Like,
least you know the bloody thing's
that
coming out,
game's
right?
coming. Yeah. At least you know what's going to happen. So if you're going to invest money in a game, that might as well be the thing you invest in, because at least you know you'll get a game.
I wonder what better they're even talking about. Are they going to go through and redo everything, or
I'd assume more content. I mean, that would be the thing that makes the most sense. But the thing is that if it's a free-to-play game, they're probably funding development past the launch. And there's at that point, there's comes like, hang on, it's a free-to-play game. You're supposed to be kind of funding that with microtransactions and stuff, right? I mean, that's the way it's supposed to work. But at the end of the day, I always subscribe to the theory that it's a buyer's market. It's up to them if they want to throw money at it. And as Jesse accurately pointed out, it's a safe fucking investment, isn't it? You get exactly what it says on the tin, and this game is gonna come out. There's no question about that. There's also, if you pledge $1,500, you also get a Kirano themed, or whatever the hell you pronounce it, tablet, an Android tablet that is themed to the game. It's like, that's a pretty sick reward. I mean, obviously it's utterly overpriced, but it's kind of neat nonetheless.
yeah.
That's cool. What other trailers
Spicy.
do we have? We have more awesome trailers.
We have one more.
Okay.
One more. It's called Age of Decadence.
My favorite.
Yep. Oh, I just want to change something, by the way, because as of the Kickstarter, apparently according to a report on Polygon, they actually changed their business model. They're not looking for free-to-play anymore. They're probably going to be a one-off purchase.
Oh.
So, yeah. Interesting. All right, let's have a look at Age of Decadence, shall we? There you go, Age of Decadence, which was simultaneously the best and worst trailer I've seen all week.
We were laughing because there's so much in that game. Like, the game looks like crap, but the gameplay looks kind of cool.
Looks good.
It's
a classic isometric role-playing game, which we don't have a huge amount of.
My favorite part of the portraits of the people, we were cracking up because there's one. Go back, watch that trailer again. There's a vendor who has the biggest troll face. Like, it's amazing. And the end when it's like, make the world a better place for you. I was like, ooh, my.
It's an old school RPG. It's got what appears to be grid-based, turn-based combat, as far as I can tell. Combat animations are fucking terrible, but you know, we can get over that.
He like stabs the guy with the spear, like picks him up, and
I just laughed. But what it does have is it seems to have all of the things that made the really old RPGs like Baldur's Gate, Planescape Torment, to some lesser extent Temple of Elemental Evil and things like that made them good. A heavy emphasis on stats, equipment, the kind of crafting, the kind of things that you want from an RPG. Roaming around towns. What was I doing a rap remix of that? Roaming. Break it down. But they have all of the stuff that I would expect from an old school RPG there. So yeah, it kind of looks like crap, but at the end of the day, that's not actually that important if it ends up being a compelling old school CRPG, which it might be.
And you can't make a trailer for a game like that too exciting, I guess.
No.
Like they like zoom
How
in
would
on
you
the
do
stats.
that?
Ooh, stats! And then there's like
You can do a great
great.
parody
That was
trailer.
pretty great.
That would be great. You
been
just
funny,
zoom in,
yeah.
spin it around. It's like stats, and then like a Mountain Dew logo comes up. It's like, yeah, that would work.
one part that was lost on me was the like deal with the choices you make, and it just had a bunch of text, and I was like,
Yeah, they didn't represent that well. So I did some more reading on the game.
Or do you not read?
That is the question. Yeah, you can't read that in a fucking 2-second bit of the trailer. But it's got dialogue trees with skill checks, kind of like Fallout and similar games like that, whereby you have to do certain skill checks to get certain responses. So it's a very detailed dialogue system, which is a good thing because I miss that. I really do.
it's nice to have.
More of that, yeah. Fuck conversation wheels.
Dragon Age Origin.
Yeah, Dragon Age Origins versus Dragon Age 2. Talk about a massive difference in approach. Dragon Age 2 was terrible. It's even worse than Mass Effect, because I couldn't even figure out what it was that I was trying to say. It's like in
I don't
Mass
like either of
Effect,
these options.
yeah, in Mass Effect you have this tiny little option, and then it comes out completely different. I didn't mean that! I didn't mean that! I'm so sorry. At least you get to pick your specific response and stuff like that. I infinitely prefer games where you can pick your specific response every fucking time.
There were a few moments like that in that game, the Walking Dead.
Oh, yes. I heard about that. Where you'd say something and it was completely not what you were
Yeah,
trying
and you're
to
like,
say.
no, I like you. Oh, now I gotta great.
God
I'm down
damn
that
it.
tree. Trying
Yeah.
to deal with your ass all the time.
Yeah, I hate that. That's actually one of my pet peeves in any game with a dialogue system, when it doesn't give you a clear indication of what you're about to say. That's terrible. So bad.
Bad.
Very much so.
But The Walking Dead was a really good game, not technically, but story-wise, it was fantastic.
Very much so. That's what people seem to have the impression of. But yes, Age of Decadence.
Ew.
Also just got greenlit, so it is coming
Nice.
quite
Very
soon.
cool.
The Talk 3D engine by Iron Tower Studios, so please go check them out. There is a demo available, as they did say, so feel free to watch the trailer again if you missed that. And you can get a hold of the demo and try it out for yourself and see whether or not it scratches your itch when it comes down to the CRPG. But yeah, that about rounds up our trailers, as you can see. We can move on, if you so desire, to having a little look at some videos from the Game Station this week. Before we start, there's actually a few videos you might want to go and check out on the Game Station channel. Just a few. They're looking pretty good. And the videos you might want to start with, of course, the little highlight reel that I did of Podcast 39. We might do more of those, if people like them. They seem to. Devil May Cry review from Lisa Foyles is up. So if you want essentially what is the Game Station Hub channel's impression of the game, then that's your place to go. Also, new Iron Gamer with Day 9, playing Worms Revolution, which is guaranteed to be amusing.
It was hilarious. It was very funny.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It was
Definitely
sad.
have a look at
though.
that.
Sad.
Whenever Day 9's involved, it's always sad in some way. But also great, but sad.
But sad.
But sad. Ratchet and Clank lore in a minute. I wasn't even aware that the game had lore, but apparently it does. It's currently available over on youtube.com/lore. Also a new series, Fast Facts, which are indeed very much fast and also facts. It's pretty descriptive. It's on the subject of Portal 2. You can go check that out. If you have 45 seconds of your life to kill, I know it's difficult. Tricky stuff.
That's it, really. That's it.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
that's Game Station stuff this week. And obviously, coming into February, we'll be having a look at the Blood Bowl League and how that's going to work out. We do, however, have a little bit of time left in the show, so that gives us time to promote a few of the Game Station channels that are not on the show this week and show you some interesting stuff. So the question is, who would like to start?
I will.
Jesse?
I would
Yes,
love to
thought
start.
so. What do you got?
My shameless promotion involves me, so it's even more shameless. Our dear friend K-Wink made a video that is top 10-ish in origin and awesome, and he basically went and got it's Wii U launch titles, and he went and got all the people who he's friends with to do a Wii U game that they love. And so, of course, I did Dynasty Warriors. Oh, sorry, Warriors Orochi 3 Hyper.
Better get that terminology right.
Yeah, or people will freak out.
That
So
they will.
everyone submitted their like reasons why this is amazing, and so it's a really fun video. And I actually think he should do more of them because he has that like "Welcome to the top." He has that voice down.
He's got a good voice, man. He's actually been working on this for a long time. What I'll try and do, can you remember where in the video your section actually was?
Towards the end. It's like number 2 or 3.
All right,
on the list.
I'm gonna basically have a wild guess. I'm gonna show the intro and then I'm gonna try and skip ahead to your bit and hopefully not screw it up. This is clearly
luck.
not gonna go right. So
It's
here we
number
go.
3, they're saying, so this should be interesting.
Number 3, okay. Top 10 Wii U games, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by K-Wing and a bunch of TGS guys. So here we go.
Folks have been asking me for years, why not do a top 10 video on something? My response, don't you have Screw Attack and Peanut Butter Gamer for that? Anyway, since this is my first time, I've asked some friends to help me out. Also, hey, if some of your favorite Wii U games aren't on this list, that's because this is our list. Plus our trained team of chimps wouldn't budge. So keep the fanboy rage on a down low. Hate the game, not the player, son. We also aren't saying Wii U doesn't have any great games. We can only do 10 for this video. If people end up liking this, who knows what the future may bring, right? Anyway, without further ado, it's Nightwing and Friends' lame title, Top 10 Wii U Launch Games.
Get out. It is super fun. Not a lot of people know about it, or they're just sort of overlooking it. Either way, trust me, it is bonkers crazy. It is ridiculously fun. And what is better than Demon Hydras, giant pigmen, and time traveling to alternate realities? Except maybe 1 pound fish, very, very good. 1 pound fish. It's an internet meme. Look it up.
God, I hate you. You did the 1 pound fish thing. God damn it. This was all a ploy to get the 1 pound fish onto the show, wasn't it? God.
What? 1 pound fish. Very, very good.
Very good.
Fuck
That's,
you.
that's one of my favorite memes that no one's willing to pick up on. Damn it, internet! Make that a real meme!
I hate you so very much at this time.
Good one. Good one.
Stupid fucking fish.
That's a good... Hey, his intro is top quality.
Yes. His
That was
editing is
very
very good too, actually. His editing is very, very, very good. If you
Very
wish me
good.
to take part in that. That's
Did
as
like
far
that.
as it's going to get.
I did like his voice. It was good.
Pandering.
Did that
It's
game
good,
you
though.
did it have Lubu in it?
You know what?
It must have Lubu.
I
and you must
can't-
pursue.
I don't want. I don't want to give that away. It's amazing. I don't want to give anything.
Ah.
The game plot is so convoluted and nuts. It's right up my alley. It's
Lubu
perfect.
is an alternate reality. You go inside Lubu for a fighting sequence.
Oh, speaking of Wii, did you get a director's chair, Jesse?
No, man.
Me
I got a-
either.
I got a free Wii U.
Yep.
But our good
Oh,
friend-
what a terrible life you lead.
Oh, I know. Yeah, no, I'm perfectly okay with that. Thank you,
Yeah.
Nintendo, for that contest thing that you saw in my video.
Oh, yes,
my
yes. you mentioned
reward
that
was an
before.
amazing Wii U. But no, our dear friend TJ, I guess he's going to Sundance for Nintendo. So, right on, bro.
Pretty
Good
cool.
work.
Woo.
All right. Kenneth, Cinnamon Toast Ken, what do you have?
I have a guy by the name of the Flaming Spade who does Pokemon poetry in this video, and I like the way he does it. Like he edited it to where the words that would rhyme happen in the video, and it's kind of a little quirky. I like it. I like it a lot.
Poetry for the first time on this podcast. It had to be Pokemon, didn't it? All right, here we go.
Hi, my name is Spade, and now I'll do something insane. I'll try to narrate a match in this way. I've been planning this the whole day. 8 turns is all I need, and rain from my trusted Polytoad lead. Today, I shall not ramble, so let's jump right into the battle. It's early game, the rain comes out, and the men's was lame, so it switched out. My toad is ice beaming, and it scratches Swampert. But I'm already scheming. You're about to get hurt. Stealth rocks are on their way, I can definitely tell. Hence this following play. Tornadus will bid you farewell. More turns to come, Swampert's bulky I know. Let's have some fun, it's time for a show.
Well, that was original.
I liked how that wind Pokemon he had was Rocky Laika, and I'm sure it uses Hurricane.
Yes, I have a feeling it did. I liked the particularly fantastic rhyme with battle.
Yeah,
like,
Ramble and Battle.
It's like, what a great way to rhyme things. Completely mispronounce them. That sounds like a plan.
If anything, he is this close to being a successful rap star. If anything, all he has to do, the only thing he missed was rhyming ramble with ramble, and he would have been right there.
Damn right.
But he goes to Starbucks every weekend and does some Def Jam.
That is amusing. I don't know. I have a feeling the Pokemon scene is just a very strange niche that I have no involvement in, so I don't understand it.
It's a scary place.
But if you wish to check it out, the Flaming Spade is the place to go. That is quite the thing. What do I have?
Yeah, what do you have?
I actually have, funnily enough, something a little bit topical on the. It is a discussion of classic Dante from Devil May Cry by the Underbelly Show. Very nicely produced.
Underbelly.
Let's have a look.
Dante are in this game. Like when he tossed out sexual innuendos.
In the end, we're all satisfied.
When he made a fool of a scientist or blasted apart a fire demon's face. He had nowhere to go but up from here.
That's a letdown.
Dante was a hero, taken at his prime and cut way before his time. A fun, party-going gunslinger with a great attitude. I hope we get to see more of you, Dante, because we're gonna miss you. But here's a nice montage in homage to the hack and slash champ. Jackpot!
We'll see, we'll fight until eternity. Come with me, we'll stand and fight together. Through our strength, we'll make a better day. Tomorrow we shall never surrender.
Oh my god, that's hilariously cheesy. Oh, that is so self-aware. It's just brilliant. It's the cheesiest thing I've seen all week. It's brilliant.
That's how I want Dante to be remembered.
Exactly.
I want that to be. That's amazing. That was
that's phenomenal.
I was like, we have gone full retard. They went all out. I was like, yes.
I love the way that it was essentially it's this gigantic parody. That video could have very much gone into a gigantic rant about, oh, New Dante's terrible. But it's like, let's make the cheesiest thing we can, because that's what Dante was, you know? It was cheese. Yeah. Like, the entire series is nothing but cheese.
It's a big old can of cheese.
It hit me. It actually hit me. It reminds me of the Evil Dead, like, reboot that they're doing. Same with Devil May Cry. Like, Ash was over-the-top cheese. Like, that's what the character became. Yeah. Same with Dante. Dante slowly became over-the-top cheese, and they're like, reboot it. And I feel like no Evil Dead remake can ever capture that magic. Same thing that I feel with Devil May Cry. You can never capture the magic of a man going, and then like the heart exploding.
Oh, that whole scene. The funny thing is they cut like what was mostly funny about the scene because it's about a minute of nothing but sexual innuendos, talking about him thrusting and penetrating and making this entire fucking heart with his new weapon. It's fucking funny.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Dante, you will be missed.
Yeah, that you will. So that's available on Underbelly's show. So I would certainly suggest that you go and check that out. You can find it over at youtube.com/underbellyshow. It's funny. Underbelly does a lot of film stuff, but they occasionally do games, and it's pretty funny. They've done some Resident Evil stuff, which is definitely worth looking at because it's phenomenally hilarious. That and their production values are really high, which I like a lot. So.
There's one of the guys from Underbelly, Silvermania, has a video. We aren't going to show it because I don't think we can legally. But if you look up Silvermania, he does a video
on Shaq Fu. Yeah,
on Shaq Fu that is amazing, amazing. The first 30 seconds of that video are just mind blowing.
As soon as I saw that, I'm like, we can't play this.
Shaq Fu is an amazing game, mind blowing.
Oh,
yeah, definitely.
Silvermania, look that up. It's
Couldn't agree with you more. All right, folks. Well, I think that kind of wraps us up for the Game Station podcast today, pretty much. So it just leaves us to talk about what we will be putting on the channel this week. Since Dodger is not here, I will speak in her stead.
No, what
news? Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You can watch me on Coffee Time, where I drink coffee and talk, which is a truly unique niche. And that's my show.
Oh, great.
That'll be it. That's pretty much it.
That's it. Good job, buddy.
Yep, that's pretty much what she does. We know well enough now after how many episodes. Like, this would be what? Episode 41, I think we're on right now?
I don't even know. We've been doing this too damn long.
Yeah, we're on 41, I think.
Have we passed a year already?
Yeah, we've been doing this more than a year. We just, I think, have missed like 5 million episodes. Or have we?
No, I
don't think we
remember
have been on for a year, actually.
Wasn't it
yeah.
February, our first episode in February?
Maybe. Hang on, I'm just looking for episode 1 of the podcast, actually.
You need to know this information. Sorry.
Yeah,
Ken.
I don't actually know when my own podcast started airing. This is... It was with NGT. It was 11 months ago, in fact, the NGT episode. So, yes, we have however had some cancellations. So
we need to have a 1-year anniversary super party where we just switch in guests. Different guests keep coming on.
Oh, that'll be absolutely wonderful for my overlay. Yeah, that's great.
That's a good idea.
Brilliant idea.
There'll be like 12 commercial breaks. Whatever.
Well, hopefully, like the whole anniversary will just delay until the PAX East panel, assuming that we get to do it. So it's a late anniversary, just like how late the podcast is on every week.
Is that a thing? Are we actually going to try and do that?
Yeah, I already applied for it, but I don't know whether or not we'll get it. So we'll see.
Well,
if we do get it, it'll be cool.
I'll be there.
Mm-hmm.
Wink.
Wink. Oh, almost a year. Congratulations.
I know, right?
Kind of thrown in here at the end of a year, and you're like, all right, here we go. And I'm like, I'm just hanging on, guys.
Pretty much. Don't worry, that's every guest ever. You've acquitted yourself adequately. So, CinnamonToastKen, what is going on your channel this week?
Oh, well, I've been still digging up indie games. Nothing really planned right at the moment. I said it was just kind of the January thing. I've been just kind of grabbing at whatever interests me and playing what I like. It's usually a lot of people come to watch for more of the horror-based kind of games, even though I'm a grown-ass man, so I don't go around screaming about it. But probably going to bring some of that back. There's a lot that I skipped. Like, I didn't play the Slender games because I was like...
You've missed nothing.
Yeah, but I feel like to fit what a lot of people are there to see, I think I'm going to go back and do it. You know how it is. You make your videos, then you're like, well, a lot of what I do is based on people's approval, so maybe I should give them what they want, even though it sucks.
I have exactly the opposite attitude. Works pretty well for me.
But that's pretty much... Dead Space 3 is coming with TJ Smith. That's going to whenever that comes out, and the 22nd. And that's really all that's planned right now.
All right.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
Jesse, what you got coming?
Yeah, I am, Dead Space 3, February 5th, whenever that is. I'm super excited for that. I don't have to pretend like, oh man, Jesse said, no, I didn't sell out to nobody. I would have played that game either way, whether
Pretty
I got
much.
a demo or not. Yeah.
It's like, oh, I've got this gigantic Let's Play on my channel of Dead Space. I wonder if I'll like Dead Space 3. Yeah.
So Dodger and I are going to play that. That's going to be fun. And I am really excited because I'm finally almost done with Dishonored, and I can start Tokyo Jungle, a legit Let's Play of Tokyo Jungle. And it's going to be amazing.
That's great, because that game basically has no story at all, so it's going to be a legitimate Let's Play of you having to actually entertain people.
I can't wait. Oh, they'll be entertained by my amazing Pomeranian skills as I take down zebras and water buffalo.
So I bought all the content, and I've got a fucking alligator as well. I also have the businessman. Like, yeah. I have a Japanese salaryman is an unlockable character by a DLC in that game.
I should play that. I should download that and play that. Oh,
yeah, you can buy. I bought the whole pack when I picked it up. I'm like, oh, it's only $15. I might as well buy all the DLC with all of the additional characters. So I've got I'm pretty sure I have a giraffe. I've got an alligator. I have different kinds of Pomeranian. There's like 3 different kinds as well.
There's only one Pomeranian that you can beat, really. So, the good one. The good kind's what I mean.
Yeah, pretty much.
Also, RPG makers, we are back with a vengeance, kicking butt, taking names. Shabuzi.com, it's the place to go. We are, we literally made an entire world for the RPG in Minecraft. It's amazing, and all my props go to the people who actually did the work. It wasn't me, and yeah, we're back with a vengeance. So that's a thing. That's it, really.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. What's going on on my channel? Usual stuff, continuing with content patch. So obviously that goes Monday to Friday, assuming I get the time to do it. Every now and again I miss an episode because it's a show that takes a lot of time. And we just announced the team stuff for GSTL, of course, if you haven't seen that already. We are participating with our esports team, Axiom Esports, which is run and owned by my wife and is promoted by me and Husky. So we currently have 7 players there for the GSTL, which will be quite soon. So you can watch the trailer over on youtube.com/TotalBiscuit, which explains everything. Shows you all of our new signings. We just signed 2 new players. We partnered with Team Acer. So we're going to be playing with them. It's going to be great. We're really looking forward to seeing that actually come to fruition. GSTL is one of my favorite leagues to watch, so that'll be good. And other gaming-wise, well, you're going to be seeing the Blood Bowl League in February, I hope. That's the plan at any rate. The Ultimate Showdown for PlanetSide 2 just announced some information. You can find out a little bit more about that. It's actually going to be a live event happening in LA at a place called the Bookbindery. It's going to be happening on the 25th of January. It's going to be a 3-hour live event with myself, TotalBiscuit, and CinnamonToastKen. We will all be there in the arena, and we will have a bunch of community members essentially helping us out. Plus, the server, I'm not 100% sure what the server's going to be yet, but they're going to be telling you, and that server's going to have the biggest battle you've... Oh, it actually does, yeah, Connery. Connery is the server. It's going to be the biggest battle you've ever freaking seen, so that's the one they're putting it on. Annoyingly enough, they decided to put it on a server that none of us play on, so we're going to have to figure out some way of helping people out in terms of certs and things like that, so I'll try and keep you apprised of that. But you can actually buy tickets to go to the live event. You can meet all of us, and you can... There's a bunch of cool swag they're going to be giving out and things like that, so... Yep.
Very cool.
I expect to completely and totally crush Toby and CinnamonToastKen because they're terrible at PlanetSide, so I'm marginally less terrible. So
let's be honest, though, Toby is pretty much terrible at everything.
Yeah, yeah.
I like the guy, but he is very bad. He actually makes me look good at games.
Yeah.
So, it's pretty easy victory for you.
Yep. Pretty much. A couple more WTFs, of course, coming out this week. As to what? Well, the Dungeon Land thing's probably going to be the biggest thing we do. Myself, Jesse, Dodger, and Jenna will be doing a hyper WTF of Dungeon Land, the beta version. So it's about as close to the launch version as you're going to get. And I will be playing the Dungeon Master, and those guys will be playing the intrepid heroes, the Dungeoneers. So that will be interesting, I think.
Thank God Jenna's there, because she will lead us through. We don't know jack.
Funnily enough, she's actually played the game. She very much played that game when it was in alpha, so she knows what she's doing. It'll be fine. You'll be okay for a while. And just a couple of other games that are popping up. Obviously, I'll be trying to do DMC. I'm trying to get it earlier for you guys, but obviously it's difficult to do. So if I can get the PC version earlier, then I can show you what the PC version is like and tell you if it's actually any good. And I may or may not do a little bit more Dota. I do like a Dota video every few days now, just because it's nice and easy to do. It's enjoyable for some people, and I might do another Why Do I Own. We'll see. I was looking at my Steam list, and I saw a game that I inexplicably bought called Exodus from the Earth. I don't know why I own this game, but I am intrigued to know. You know, I want to know what is this game all about. The intelligence agency has commissioned you, Francis Rickson, to find out what is happening inside the corporation's confines and to retrieve information about a secret mineral upon which the very existence of the human race may depend.
Unobtainium? I'm excited for this.
It's a first-person shooter, and it looks...
Go on!
Yes.
It looks like it would be a great candidate for my show.
Wonderful.
Let's just put it that way. It's... Some people don't like that series. It's like, oh, you just bash on games. It's like, yeah, but they're terrible.
They deserve it.
Yeah, so as I say, that's the stuff that's coming up on my channel. You can, of course, follow me on youtube.com/cynicalbrit. You can also follow the Twitter feed on TotalBiscuit if you want the full, unedited, spammy ramblings, or if you just want video announcements, then twitter.com/cynicalbrit is a good idea. JesseCox, and of course, OMFG Kata on Twitter as well. And for CinnamonToastKen, it is...
Cinnamon Toast K. To make it
Cinnamon
easier on
Toast
yourself,
K,
you can just Google Cinnamon Toast Ken and it all shows up. I'm the only one.
Cinnamon Toast K. And you can, of course, check us out on our YouTube channels below, right where it is. There you go. So I think that pretty much wraps us up, folks. Thank you very much for watching the Game Station podcast. If you're watching on VOD, thanks for sticking through 3 hours of this stuff. You seem to like it. That's always good. If you're watching live, then thank you for coming out. We actually, I think, had a record-breaking show. We went over 11K concurrent viewers today. So, you know, that's a pretty big deal. So
That's that Ken, man.
They came to see the beard.
Yep.
It's that cinnamon.
We brought the Ken.
Sprinkle
We had
it on it.
Spicy show, yeah. And, of
it.
course, thanks
We're
to
done.
Dodger, who bailed on us halfway through the show.
I did see her hair earlier.
Slacker.
I did too. I'm not gonna lie. We both saw her hair. We both know she's still
It's
there.
probably Husky with a wig, just on a stick. It's like,
Krindor came
eh.
over with his wig.
Yeah, pretty much. Sounds
She does
about right.
own a lot of wigs. It's true.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, I'm going to go pick the missus up from the airport. Thank you very much for watching, folks. Thank you to Jesse, CinnamonToastKen, and Dodger. Very much appreciated. Thanks, of course, to the Game Station for hosting this podcast. And we will see you next time. Good night. Goodbye.
Arrivederci.